Welcome in. Soccer Over There is live from the Brewhouse Cafe, presented by Around the Corner Lager, powered by our friends at No Foe Brewing. All the chaos, all the shenanigans, all the buffoonery. We might try to find a little voodoo because that seems to be a thing when it comes to World Cup qualifying.
Apparently so.
All kinds of stuff. We'll get you set up on where things stand with 1 day left in Global World Cup qualifying. CONCACAF will be wild tomorrow night. Asia will determine their participant in the Interconfederation playoff. Europe has got some big games tomorrow. We'll get all of that squared away, some other news as well. Speaking of World Cup, don't forget, Friday, December 5th, right here at the Brewhouse Cafe, our World Cup draw watch party. Doors will open at 10 a.m. We will get started at 11 a.m. from here. John Nelson's going to get you started before that. We've got lots of stuff. It's going to be a very busy day all over the city of Atlanta, all over the world, honestly. You're going to want to be in the building. We've got some specials on our own Around the Corner Lager, some other specials as well. We're working on some cool extras for you. So go ahead and put it down. Friday, December 5th. We will start our overall SCH coverage normal time on a Friday morning, 9:05. We'll be live from here, myself and Madison Cruz. After the draw, we will have your reaction show breaking it all down. We won't know the schedule on Friday. Remember that. I don't want anybody to be disappointed or feel like they're being misled. The group draw is Friday, December 5th. We will know the schedule. I think FIFA is planning within 24 hours because they want the groups drawn. Then they can schedule the games for the times that make the most sense. That's going to be the key here. So we'll try to take you through all of that in the build up to it because there's a lot of permutations with what pot teams are going to be in, all the different things. Friday, December 5th, be here at the Brewhouse Cafe, either before the draw at noon, after the draw in the afternoon. You're going to have specials all day long. We got tons of stuff all day on the SDH network.
Are you enjoying the Around the Corner Lager at the moment?
I am always enjoying the Around the Corner Lager. It's around the corner from everywhere, and that's our glass.
Yeah,
that's what we do. It's our beer. It's our glass. It's our show. That's what we do.
Yeah. So it's a very busy day setting up what's going to be a crazy night tomorrow. CONCACAF Thunderdome tomorrow night is just going to be absolutely insane. Looking forward to seeing how that's going to function. Is Curacao going to make it over the line without Dick Advocat? John Arnold, our friend, said that word apparently has come out through the assistant coach that he is attending to his wife who is ill. And so that is the reason that he is not there for the most important match in the nation's history, and understandably so. But that's just a small part of what's going on, all the math that's involved and who can be in and who's going to be where and all these kinds of things. Looking forward to tomorrow night, but we got to get through today to set up tomorrow and let everybody know what's going on. At least Europe kind of got halfway done with today and tomorrow, so they got a little bit more done. It was a chalk day today with all the favorites winning for the most part, I think. But really looking forward to tomorrow and seeing how it all lays out.
Yeah, some big ones coming up tomorrow in Europe. We'll start with today, just in case you missed it. Germany clinched their spot. The Dutch clinched their spot. Both were expected. Germany hasn't been pretty in this qualifying run. Today was probably their best game. The Dutch were clinical. It wasn't spectacular. They got it done. They win the group. Germany wins the group. Slovakia and Poland go into the playoff in March of next year. Let's talk about England. They finished their qualification as maybe the most impressive team in the world. 8 wins. They did not concede a goal, but it's England, so of course there's controversy somehow. Jude Bellingham, he did not look very happy about being substituted. Thomas Tuchel was also not very happy about the reaction. Felt very Vinny Jr. They play together, so maybe it's rubbing off.
Yeah, really?
Jude Bellingham is an interesting situation here for Thomas Tuchel and England because he is maybe their most talented player, but he's also not a player that easily fits into a spot, and he's got some attitude issues. There's just no way around it. You know, you hate to to label a player that way, but I mean, it has been pretty constant with conversations about Jude Bellingham, whether it's Tuchel's mom saying that his behavior is bad on the field, he does this. It's a weird spot because he's way too talented to be potentially left out of the lineup, but he might be left out of the lineup because he doesn't fit into an easy position here, and there's been these other issues.
And that is, you can't have, nothing can be 100% perfect, and you can't just sit there.
When you don't concede in 8 games, it should be.
Oh, I know, but this is England that we're talking about. England. Thank you.
It's what they do. They always have to have something.
Yeah, there has to be some kind of kvetching and gnashing of teeth and taking the handkerchief out of the pocket and sitting there and wringing of hands. There has to be something that is wrong. Instead of embracing what you were able to accomplish on the field, no, we can't have that. You only have was it the 1-0 win over Andorra? I think that was a part of it too.
Not good.
No, but it's at the end of it all. You go through group, you're perfect through group. 22 goals scored, none allowed. Goal difference, I mean, you were 10 points clear of Albania when it was all said and done. But no, of course, nothing can be absolutely perfect. Instead of focusing on what is going on ahead, hey, look what you did. No, we have problems. We have to look at that and sit there and look inwardly upon ourselves and go, what is our problem? It's not hard, but you've got to kind of figure out how to massage the issue and whether or not Jude Bellingham, the issue, can be massaged appropriately. That's what you're going to have to look at going forward.
It's a strange one. I mean, because England, and Thomas Tuchel said it earlier, and I agree with him, England probably shouldn't be considered a favorite. I do think they're in the top 5 because, and we're gonna have this conversation evolve as we get closer to it. As I went through this and tried to figure it out, and I had this conversation on the intersection on 92.9 The Game on a Thursday night when I was explaining it to Noel and Miles. I feel like you have a whole bunch of teams in the second tier, and you have a very small, true top tier. Argentina as the defending champs is in that.
Yep.
Spain as the defending European champs are in that.
Mm-hmm.
England, I think, is in that. Brazil is almost always in that. Then what?
Yeah.
I mean, then what? I think Germany could be considered it, but they haven't looked good in the qualifying. France is your 5th.
Yeah.
Germany could be a 6. Portugal, I think they're a tier down. I think the Dutch are a tier down. I think Morocco should be a tier down. I want to see Morocco establish themselves as a powerhouse by getting to the final 8 in this tournament. But who else could realistically win this? I think it's 5 teams.
Yeah.
I really do. Now, that could change between now and June, but I really think it's 5 teams that have a legit shot to win.
No, and I'm right there with you. And you obviously... this is all things being equal, everybody being healthy, everything at 100%. You look at the roster on paper and you sit there and you say, okay, this is a roster that is stacked because of A, B, C, D, and E. And we think that this can be a group that can make it through. I think that you've got it pegged as to who that list can be. Then you're going to get into brackets, and then you've got to look at all these other intangibles that are attached to it. Okay, injuries that would play into it between now and then, or when you get into the tournament. But all things being equal, going in, I think it's that group that you're looking at that can win this whole thing. And then you look at somebody else, and it's like, okay, you can think of a positive, but just as equally think of a reason why they can't.
Are you going to lobby for England to be the favorite?
No.
You're the English, big supporter here.
No, I'm not.
No, actually, you are. You watch more English soccer than anybody else I know.
Well, I mean, I am vested because
that's what I just said.
All of the groups that I'm, members of trust.
No, you watch the Premier League and you're not members of trust.
Well, I was when Swansea was.
Well, they're not anymore.
I know, and this whole promotion relocation thing hasn't helped me because I was thinking when
you're not doing very good as a club owner, John.
No, I'm not.
What's up with that?
I suck at it.
Fair enough.
When I started to do the trusts thing, I was thinking, okay, what if we did something on one of each level? Just to kind of make even representation. Then that whole pro rel thing got in the way.
That's not how it works.
And then, because I had Swansea, I had...
Well, who do you have now?
I still have those 4,
Okay.
but 2 of them I think are in League 2. One's in the Championship in Swansea, and I think they've gone through like 98 managers, and one's in League 1. So
you still watch more Premier League than you admit to.
I'll
Because anytime it
stipulate to
comes
it.
up, you watch it.
I'll stipulate to that.
Whereas I'm like flipping around to Serie A and La Liga and who knows what
But
else.
I will say this also.
FIFA Plus with
because of hanging out with you as much as I have over the last decade, I am now watching on Fanatis, fntz.co/soccer down here. You can help them out, help us out, help you out with your continued degenerate nature of watching things. I'm watching Argentina. I'm watching Uruguay. I'm watching Sporting Cristal so I can keep an eye on, Luis Abram. I'm looking at Santi Sosa and Racing. I'm looking at Lanús and keeping an eye on Marcelino Moreno. I'm Liga 1, Max Pro, all of those.
You still watch more Premier League than anybody else.
I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying that what you have done, you have added to my dossier of nations.
I'm trying to give you some culture, John.
You've added to all of these nations. You've added to the nation that I watch. I mean, shoot, yes, I will watch League 1, League 2, and Championship and the Premier League, but I've watched more South American soccer in the last decade than I can say that I watched in the previous years.
Yes, this is a good thing,
and I enjoy watching it because it all the different stadia that you can look at, all the different locations. I mean, shoot, I was watching. And I have Jason to thank for this. I didn't say blame. I said thank. I had wall-to-wall on one of my screens, everything attached through the Super Classico. I was locked into Boca and River.
Okay.
I was seriously, I had like the second Teisei was up with their pregame. I was locked in, man. It was there, and I'm watching all the pregame and everything and following the buses into the stadium. I like watching that. I like watching Argentina and finding out what happens when Deportivo Madrid plays Deportivo Morón.
Yeah, you got to watch out for Deportivo Madrid. There could be some shenanigans behind the scenes on helping them out. Because this is a couple times where there's some serious controversies in Argentina about clubs getting helped out by the leadership. But that's more entertaining than Wigan to me.
Oh, I agree.
Well, you picked Wigan in picks of the week, John.
No, I picked AFC Wimbledon.
No, you picked a game with AFC Wimbledon and Wigan. That's why I wanted to lead to that.
I picked
because you actually won picks of the week. I'm impressed.
What is it they say about blind squirrels?
Yeah, you won your first one. We'll get into picks of the week here in a little bit. I was trying to stall a little bit because Jarrett Smith is allegedly going to join, and we got to talk about Scotland and Denmark because that is the big game tomorrow. Yeah, I'm with you, Forecard, in terms of those teams. Like you mentioned, Spain, England, Portugal. If they bench Ronaldo, I mean, they looked pretty good with Ronaldo after his red card.
Oh boy.
I mean, look, let's be a little fair. I am not a fan of Cristiano Ronaldo. I've said that many times.
Same.
But he's one of the best strikers ever play the game. After being a really, really good winger. Full credit to the work ethic, full credit to everything he's done. We had this conversation in 2022 about Portugal being a better team with him coming off the bench. It's now 2025 going into 2026, and we're having the conversation again. I don't think Roberto Martinez is a strong enough manager to sit him. And I think Portugal would be better if he came off the bench as a late game sub, as an inspirational guy. I also don't know if his ego would allow him to be that.
No, that I don't think.
Because he's still talking about being one of the best players in the world, and he's just not anymore. He's just not. He's not that player anymore. He's still very good. He can still score goals, but he can't do a lot of the things that he used to. So I think Portugal is a tier below, especially if he starts. I think in that second tier, I mean, you've got everybody from Morocco, the U.S., Mexico. They can make runs because they're at home in this thing. I think Canada is a bigger step back. I think you could have a South Korea or a Japan who could make a run.
What about Norway with Holland?
Norway's the wild card because they don't have any pedigree at this level, but they have probably the best striker in the world right now. So just don't touch his butt.
No.
You'll be all right.
No.
What are you doing, Mitchie? What are you doing?
Dude.
Don't touch his butt.
No.
Just don't.
Sets him off.
It doesn't take much to set him off. Like, don't give him anything to get set off by. Don't touch his butt.
Nope.
It's silly. So I don't know where Norway fits. They had an incredible qualifying run, but it's kind of even a bigger step than I've talked about with Morocco. I don't look at Morocco as a powerhouse because they haven't done this consistently. Now, if they get to a semifinal and at least a final 8 in back-to-back World Cups and win World Cups at the youth level, yes, they are in the power group. But they got to do that in this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
They are just outside of that, in my opinion. I think Norway is further back in that because this is their first World Cup since 1998. Holland's amazing. But how do they handle this? There is an element because it's a very small group of teams that have won the World Cup. There's an element of knowing how to do it. And it's very hard to break through when you don't know how to do that, when you haven't experienced it, when you haven't been in that game that is the biggest game of your life. Oh, yeah. And then 4 days later, you're playing the next biggest game of your life.
Correct.
It's not easy. So it's a very big jump for a Norway to go from not having been here in many of these players' lifetimes to being a favorite. I don't think you can be in that group. Can they make a run? Absolutely. I always look at it in the World Cup. I think you do typically get a semifinalist that is a shock.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen happen over the years. Morocco was that last time around. We saw South Korea be that in 2002. They were at home. We saw Turkey in 2002. Sweden in 94, you could maybe put into that category. Croatia, the time they got to the final, which is one of the biggest shocks. They got to a semi in 98. Semifinals, you can get there. Senegal has a hell of a team, Fourcard. I totally agree with you. But they're, again, another one of these that if they get to the final 8, that's a great tournament. Can they get further than that? Things have to fall your way, and you have to have a little bit of luck, and everything's going against you at that point because you just don't have the players who have been there before. It's a very small group of favorites to me. Spain is in that group. Argentina is in that group as a defending champions. I feel pretty good about France being in that group.
Yeah.
They have maybe the other best striker in the world in Kylian Mbappe, and they've been there, done that. They've been to the last 2 finals. Then England, I think on talent, they have to be in this conversation where they got to in the last Euros. They have to be there in this conversation. And there's just not a Brazil. I don't even feel great about them being in that conversation because it hasn't been great for them as of late.
Mm-mm.
Talent and pedigree kind of puts you there, but I would not expect Brazil to get to the semis. I wouldn't. So you have the other element of this World Cup where you're going to have a round of 32 match, which adds another bit of high blood pressure to teams. It's going to be fascinating. D. Graham, you're right. Belgium in 86 is another one of those teams that was a surprise in getting as far as they did and kind of being that, wait a minute, what are they doing here?
Yep.
You could have 1 or 2 of those in this tournament for sure, but I think it's going to come down to one of the 5 that I mentioned. And honestly, the more I sit here and think about it, look, maybe this changes by the time we get to June of 26, but I don't feel good about putting Brazil in that. It might just be 4. It might be your last 2 European finalists and your last 2 World Cup finalists. You know, if you're going to play that game, you're looking at Colombia as the last Copa America finalist. I think they're in the second group. I do. I think they're in the second group. I think Morocco's in the second group. I think there's a whole bunch of teams in the second group. But I'll say 4.5 right now in terms of being in the top group.
Now, I'll stipulate to that. Brazil for me, I don't know what Brazil I'm going to get match to match. I mean, yes, you know, when you finally get the change in manager and the stability that's attached and the pedigree and all of those intangibles and having someone who is the man, one of the men, capital T, capital M, when it comes to being on the touchline.
Yep.
But you look back at what led to that with Brazil as a roster, and it was ugly at times, and it was not the Brazil that we're used to seeing.
Well, be clear, and I think you're going down a path that is going to be a blind alley because they honestly need to be uglier and not the Brazil that we've seen. Because when they try to be the Brazil that we think of in our fantasies, they can't do that anymore. The game doesn't allow you to do that anymore. So no, they need to be what you're saying. They need to be that. Carlo Ancelotti is going to have them being that. He's going to be defense first. Think back to 1994. That was not a wide open Brazil team that won that tournament. Think back to the Dunga years with Brazil, where they were very good and very tough to break down. you need a little of both, as we saw with Argentina in the last World Cup. You need the solidity that Ancelotti can bring you, but you need the magic as well in games like World Cup quarterfinals and World Cup semifinals. They have players who are capable of it. I have those four teams, and Brazil really gets into my top five because they have a player in Vinny. They might have a player in Estevao. They might have a player who can give you 10 minutes of it in Neymar. They have players who can win a game by themselves. You need that in a World Cup.
You do.
Argentina has that in Messi, who is still that right now. England has that. Harry Kane's one of the best players in the world right now.
Mhm.
Cole Palmer could be in this conversation. Spain, Lamine Yamal. Williams on the other flank. They've got players who can go win you games. France, Kylian Mbappe, and probably more with Dembele, with Doué. I don't know if there is another team in the world that has that guy that can go win you a World Cup Final 8, Final 4, or Final. I don't know if there's any other guys. There's very good players who might grow into that, but there's not any other players that I would sit here right now and say, I trust that guy in that game.
And that was why I wanted to ask about Norway.
But he hasn't been here. He has not played in this game. He has not played in a World Cup. He's won a Champions League. He's been amazing in the pen, but the World Cup's different. And he needs service as well.
And that was my point, yeah.
That's the other element is Messi, Mbappe, Dembele, Vinny, Cole Palmer, even Kane. Kane contributes a lot in other ways. You've got guys who can win games on their own. I don't know if Haaland is quite that yet, even as the wrecking ball that he is. Hakimi in Morocco, I don't think Hakimi in his position is a guy who can go and win you a game, Ricky. He's close and he's really good, but I think that's really a big ask for a fullback to do that. For me, and I don't want to diminish what Morocco has done, but until they go back-to-back quarterfinals at least, I just can't expect them to be there. I don't expect anybody outside of the five we talked about to be in the quarterfinals. There's nobody else that I'm like, yep, they're going to be in the final eight. Yep. There's nobody else that I would feel comfortable throwing juice boxes at. There's teams that I would like to see. There's teams that
absolutely.
I think are capable. There's teams that, if things go their way, they can. There's teams that maybe should. Germany's one that maybe should, but their qualifying run, I don't trust them. It's such a fascinating thing with a World Cup because I think a lot of times when we talk about tournaments, and we're always like, well, it could be, and it's wide open this time around. And a lot of times it is. World Cups, I think, narrow more than any other competition in the world. I really think they do in terms of how many teams, and we're not including men's basketball in the Olympics or anything like that.
Right.
We're talking about things that multiple countries have won on a regular basis. It's just a small number of multiple countries that have won on a regular basis in the World Cup, and I think it's really hard to get there.
And there are reasons why there are only a few teams that have won that tournament, because they piece it all together and they have those individuals. They have those individuals who can beat you one on, but they also have the folks that are those fill-in parts on the sides, those weapons that, if you're looking at that star up top, that they can become that weapon and be that secondary force that you're looking at. They've got the defense behind them that can help things out. It's the full package in addition to that star power that you're focused up top, in addition to, you sit there, you look at the shiny object, but there's stuff behind it there as well. And that's only a certain number of folks that can do that. 4.5, 5?
No, I think that part's right, but I think you have to be careful because I think there's teams that have a lot of solid parts, but they don't have the superstar. I want to make sure that's the understanding here, is that there's only one Lamine Yamal.
Mm-hmm.
There's only one Lionel Messi. There's only one Kylian Mbappe. Those guys aren't on a bunch of teams. Even Haaland is, I think, a step below that. Even Hakimi, I think, is a step below that. Luis Diaz for Colombia, amazing player, but there is this element of you have to show it first. And typically, Mbappe kind of busted through that. But typically, there is a process, and you go and you fail, or you go and you get far, but not quite far enough, and you suffer. Messi went through it. Others have. The 98 France team is kind of an anomaly. They were at home. They had a generation that didn't make it in 94. Thierry Henry emerged. Zinedine Zidane emerged. Special. They hosted. That helped. I'm not saying the U.S. or Mexico is going to make that run. They don't have that same level of talent. Can they get to the quarterfinals? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. If the U.S. gets to the quarterfinal, that's a very successful tournament. It's gotten really silent about Mauricio Pochettino these days, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's funny how that happens when everybody was throwing the book at him and saying he didn't know what he was doing. And now you've beaten 4 top 40 teams in the world that are all going to the World Cup. You haven't lost to 4 in your last 4 games. And things look a little different. And you don't even have your full strength squad right now. Also, I want to go back and remind everybody that I was screaming from the rooftops. And I don't like to do this, but I will right now. I was screaming from the rooftops how stupid the conversation was about, well, he doesn't know his best 11 going into September and October the year before the tournament. I was immediately pushing back on that because it's foolish. Nobody needs to know that. Does Brazil know that right now? No. Does England know that right now? No, they don't know where Jude Bellingham's going to play. Does France know that? Not at the moment. They were just talking about how other guys are pushing their way into this conversation. Does Spain know that? Probably. And that could change. Injuries can change it, and that's out of your manager's control. Argentina? No, there's a lot of conversations about what their best 11 is going to look like right now. Stop with the nonsense to try to create nonsense, to try to create drama. Mauricio Pochettino has built a squad. He has found the way that suits the group that he has to work with. He's getting good performances from guys that people don't want to see have good performances because they're not really truly being a fan of a guy like Max Arston and Christian Roldan. It's absurd. Pochettino's doing a good job. He has top 20 talent. He's trying to take top 20 talent and make it top 8 talent. If he does that, give the guy a gold watch and let him go back to the Prem when he's done, because I think he will, and that's fine.
Yeah.
You've got to understand the level, and I think Mexico's having the same conversation right now. Whereas they went in the tank after winning the Gold Cup, they haven't won since. Their home fans are booing them. Their home fans are dropping the chant we don't talk about. They're booing the goalkeeper because they wanted to see their Santos Laguna goalkeeper in. The players are clapping back at it. It's a mess. It's a bad spot right now, but it's the same conversation in a way, in the sense that people have overinflated expectations of the talent level of Mexico and the U.S. Both top 20 teams, top 20 level teams. And look, on a bad day, they can be top 30. On a good day, they can be closer to 10. But top 20 teams. Top 20 teams don't beat top 10 teams on a regular basis. Top 20 teams don't really beat other top 20 teams on a regular basis. That's how it goes. If you punch above your weight a little bit, you're doing a good job. The goal should be round of 16 for the U.S. Don't settle if you get there, but that should be the goal. That should be the goal for Mexico. Canada's goal should be to get out of the group. They don't have top 20 talent. They have more like top 30 talent, top 35 talent. Okay, you can still make a run. You're going to have home field. You're going to have the crowd behind you. It's going to be amazing. But you have to be realistic in these situations. Pochettino is beating teams at their level right now. Japan, Korea, Paraguay. We'll see about Uruguay. Australia, he lost to Korea. The 4 with Australia mixed in. Top 40 teams. I think all of them are going to the World Cup. Paraguay was the lowest ranked at 39, according to the FIFA rankings. And when I say top 20, I'm not talking FIFA ranking. I'm just talking in general about talent, just a way to give you a gauge. He's beating teams that he should be beating right now. It's where you want to be. Can he, at the World Cup, beat some teams that he shouldn't be beating? Can these players elevate their game at home and do that? That's what it's going to come down to. That's what they're going to be judged by at the end of the day. That's what will determine it. Not if he knew his starting 11 in September the year before the tournament starts in June. So That was a stupid conversation. Oh, and it's funny how that got dropped all of a sudden.
It's interesting on the morning show. Traditionally, what we do is we'll bring in the local announcers to discuss what's going on with players that are underappreciated, overlooked, however you want to phrase it.
Yep.
So when we bring in Chris Doran from Columbus Crew and we get his set of eyes who has seen Max Arfston continue to grow and evolve and literally ask Chris, okay, how has Max's game improved and what are you seeing in his day-to-day and in these matches? To be able to have a Nico Moreno come in to talk about the Roldans and talk about Christian Roldan and how he is, everybody says, oh, he's a glue guy, these kinds of things, but he's more than that.
Yeah, he's more than that.
So to have that local knowledge, it's been a fun education for me, and I'm hoping for the audience when they get to have these kinds of voices out there to give you that local knowledge about a Max Arfston, to give you a local knowledge about that Christian Roldan, so you know what to expect when you see them out there representing your country and what Mauricio Pochettino is looking for from them, from the skill set that we've been able to draw out of them from those guys like Chris Dorn and Nico Moreno.
When you see guys play well for the national team, here's a wild idea. Be happy about it. Support it. I know it's crazy. It's wild. It's wild that sometimes we get it wrong with opinions. Put your hand up and say, yo, I was wrong on that. That's completely fine. Everybody who knows the game has been wrong so many times because you can't get it all right. There were so many people in Argentina, experts, who said Messi would never win. He did. Go watch the Copa 90 four episode thing about Argentina winning, which is amazing. This one dude is the most cynical guy. And look, that happens in fandoms. It's totally normal. But he had to at the end, like, hey, my bad, I was wrong. You have to be able to do that. And that's completely fine. It doesn't mean you don't know what you're doing. It doesn't mean you don't know anything. It means something surprised you. That's okay. Don't get bitter about it and go the other way. So, like right now, there's a lot of people who should say, you know what, my bad. I was way too harsh on Pochettino. It was way too early to do that. It was way too early to hit alarm bells and freak out. He's doing a good job. He's building well. Let's keep going. But that's not the game we play, and it's the game that we should play. It's the game that we play. You guys who've listened to me over the years, I've told you when I've been wrong about stuff. I've told you at times when I've been right about stuff and tried to remind you of that. But yeah, like we all get stuff wrong. It's okay. There was way too much overreaction about the U.S. D. Graham, you need to cheer for Tim Ream sometimes. I hope that Tim Ream gets passed by other players because I worry about his speed. I would like to see him in the squad. I do think he adds to the squad. I'd like to see him get passed in the starting lineup. If he doesn't, good on him. Good on him. If he keeps a spot, good on him. You can cheer a little less for some people. How about that?
There you go.
But yeah, when they're in your shirt, and I think national teams are a little different, support them. Cheering for somebody and supporting them is a little different.
Yes.
So maybe be more of supporting them in these situations. I don't know what the starting 11 is going to be next summer. I'm glad that there's some conversations and some guys who are putting their way into this that could surprise us. I think the one thing that I've learned maybe over the past 2-3 games, so October and the game on Saturday, as important as Christian Pulisic is for this team, and he is your world-class player, and he's the one that is borderline in that conversation that can win you games. He's not quite there. Serginho Dest might be the second most important because of what he brings and how unpredictable he is. And I think in a 3-4-2-1, it really suits him to be even more dangerous. So Serginho Dest could be vital to this team's success in the World Cup next year. I think he's the one that we could be talking about the most on the backside of it.
What about somebody like a Folarin Balogun?
He's finally solidified himself. Look, that's one. I'll put my hand up. I did not think he was going to be the guy. I have not been impressed with him. I thought he was overrated. He had not performed. I just didn't see it. He's showing it now. and that's good. And I was wrong. I didn't think he had it in him. I thought he was going to get beat out for that spot. He still might. But Folarin Balogun has proven that he can hang at this level, and he's producing. So until proven otherwise, he's that guy. I think Patrick Agumon can continue to grow into that and push it. I think Ricardo Pepi could. Pepi had a bad miss on Saturday.
Yeah.
I think there's Josh Sargent just has never done it. He's done it at club level. He can't do it with the national team shirt on. He's had a ton of shots. I'm very close to putting Joe Scally in that group. I've never really been impressed with him in the national team. So it happens for some players. Some players, the national team shirt's heavier. It just doesn't quite come off for them, and that's life. I would put Sargent right now in that, and I'm really close to putting Scally in that.
And then I know that the over-under reaction brigade with Gio Reyna, I'm sure, is working its way all the way back to the meter being all the way to the right after an appearance where he scores in the 4th minute and has the game that he does. Can we just preach a little patience there? I know that preaching patience and asking for patience and getting it are 3 different things. Okay, he had one first time he's been there in, year and a half. Just let it be for what it is. Let's see if you can add another to it and add another to it and add another to it instead of sitting there and saying, well, this is what we were seeing all along. This is what we should have been doing all along. Let it grow.
No, that's not even the conversation. If that's the conversation that you're having, I think you're having the wrong one. The conversation is he has to play at the club level.
That's yes.
To be the best that he can be, he has to play at the club level. He got this call up because he had a bunch of people hurt, flat out. There were a bunch of people ahead of him on the depth chart that were not available, and he got the call, and he's made the most of it. That's what you do. Good on it. He's had the right attitude, it sounds like. He's produced. I mean, it's a header. Like, that's not what you're typically expecting out of him, so let's chill. He did create, even with the deflection, the go-ahead goal. He played well. But he's got to play at the club level because there are guys ahead of him right now who are playing at the club level. And different positions, but for all the gnashing of teeth about Max Arston getting minutes and Christian Roldan getting minutes and getting call-ups, they played more games in the second half of the season in MLS than Gio Reyna's played in like 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, yes, are they as purely gifted talent as Gio Reyna? No, but they're sharper. They're in better condition. They're ready to go. They're staying healthy. That's another issue with Gio. This team is better if Gio Reyna is at his best playing in it. He has not been at his best for any extended period of time in his career. So, I mean, it's starting to feel now. Let's see where he goes from here. But it's getting close to feeling like John O'Brien in 2006, where you're hoping and crossing your fingers and praying and burning sage and all the different things possible that his body would hold up for one more tournament because he was that good. And it didn't. And he couldn't. And that team wasn't as good as it could have been if he had been what he could have been. If Gio Reyna is playing at the expectation of what we think he can be, this is a better, more dangerous team. But he hasn't been shown an ability to do that on a regular basis ever in his career. So let's wait and see. Is Gerard Piqué playing poker on the TV in front of us? Yes.
Oh, wow.
I just looked up and they just introduced
you
Gerard
saw Piqué.
Piqué.
You're like, wait a minute.
Playing celebrity poker of some sort. Okay, sorry.
And I believe that's a Neymar.
Neymar's playing celebrity, but what is this?
I don't know.
It's on FS2.
Yeah, that's why.
Sorry.
But to your point about Gio Reyna, Mauricio Pochettino, in like question 1 in the post-game press conference after the match, specifically said, but he needs to be playing for his club.
He's got to. He can't be what you want him to be if he's not playing at the club. So, goalkeeper, I think Matt Freese has got the job. I think he's the guy until proven otherwise.
Yeah.
We'll come back to the games tomorrow in just a second since we've moved all the way into the U.S. conversation. I loved the bit. It's funny how the immediate reaction was like, oh, the pull apart, it shouldn't happen. And then the memo went out and everybody said, no, this is the greatest thing ever. Poker Stars a big game on tour. Thank you, Ricky. I just looked up and was like, what is happening? The pull apart was good. It's a good thing. I like that players backed Alex Freeman. I think Alex Freeman is one of those guys who could play his way into a starting conversation in the World Cup next year. And he might be that hybrid center back that's not really a center back, but is in a 3. He might be that guy. I kind of like him in that role more than Scally. That allows you to play Dest and Anthony Robinson out wide as wingbacks. I like Alex Freeman, what he can give. I like that he stood up for himself. I like that he got backed. That was really good to see. The other thing that stood out to me, and I have not seen it talked about really anywhere in English, was what Gerardo Alfaro said after the match, the Paraguayan manager. I had it on Morning Espresso because I was reading the Paraguayan media this morning. And he talked about how you have to match the U.S. intensity under Pochettino. If you don't, you can't play with them. That's such a compliment to what Mauricio Pochettino has done with this team. And that's maybe the element that if you go back and you look at where they were in June before the Gold Cup, where they didn't look good and there were legit questions going into a tournament, and then you look at where they are now, that overall level of intensity, the way that they defend, the way that they swarm, the way that they get numbers forward, that has changed. And to see somebody like Alfaro mention that, very, very cool. Very, very cool to see. I think that's a huge compliment. We'll see what Marcelo Bielsa says after the match. Pochettino's idol at first as a player and then as a manager. Should be a fun one tomorrow. Uruguay and Mexico finished scoreless. It was a terrible game. Don't go back and watch it. Chucky Lozano is ruled out. Obed Vargas is a player to keep an eye on with Mexico. Javier Aguirre is under a lot of scrutiny. Some of it is a little unfair. We'll see. We'll see where this goes. Couple of things on the chat I want to get to. Jordan
Jennifer
asked,
Tilley's at the same table, by the way.
Oh, there you go. Jordan asked about the MLS schedule coming out. No, it won't come out after MLS Cup, Ricky. I believe, from what I've heard, let me make sure I got this. The MLS schedule should come out in November. It could come out in a couple weeks. So be on the lookout for that. I think it is earlier than that. I think it's ahead of the World Cup draw. Is what I seem to have remembered. Now that could change, but that's what I've remembered gathering. The U.S.-Portugal game, yes, it seems like that is going to happen in March. There has been talk about the U.S. and Belgium playing at the Benz as well. 2 games for the U.S. at the Benz. That could be interesting. Yeah, Ricky, that's what I had heard. We'll see. It will be interesting to see how the World Cup breaks up the season. My guess is your calendar kind of goes pretty close to what it's going to go to in the future. I think you're going to stop in late May, and I think you're going to restart in mid to late July, either the last weekend of the tournament or after that. So I think you're going to get used to that kind of calendar with the summer. I think it's going to almost give you that. Now it's going to be all in one season instead of the end of one and the start of another one. But yeah, there you go. All right. No Jarrett Smith. He's, I think, still making chicken cutlets and rigatoni, he says.
Man.
So we are going to talk about Scotland and Denmark real quick. If you haven't heard, and I shared it on pretty much every platform I'm on, the Irish call of their goal, that was awesome. That whole comeback was amazing. Just very, very cool to see. Ireland gets into the playoff. Scotland can automatically qualify. I have not heard anything about Leagues Cup specifically, Jordan, so stay tuned. I think at one point there was talk about it not happening this season, but then they talked about it at the media announcement last week, but that could be in future seasons, so stay tuned. I think Mancini was an idiot, Ricky, because you never do anything to get a crazy competitive freak like Erling Haaland going. You don't do anything that could set them off. Has he not watched The Last Dance? I mean, come on. That was your template for anybody of that
I took it personal.
Don't do something that could set them off. Don't be touching Erling Haaland's butt. It's just don't do it. So Scotland, Denmark, biggest game tomorrow, 2:45. Scotland has to win to automatically qualify. They're into the playoff otherwise. Denmark, all they need is a draw to get through. A win puts them through as well. Denmark has had some stomach bug going through the squad, but it sounds like almost everybody was back training today. Rasmus Højlund is expected to be there, although he did not train this morning with the team. Scotland did not do enough against Greece. And Steve Clark is just the weirdest manager in the world because I swear that guy hates fun. He hates goals. He hates fun. He hates everything that's interesting. He wants boring at all times.
They should just change the jersey color to vanilla or beige.
Oh, Ricky, sorry. I thought you were talking about Mancini and Erling Haaland. We were talking about that. Sorry. I don't think that he was. I don't know. I mean, the report is that he was a finalist. I can't imagine he was all that serious about it, frankly, because of where he's ended up. He was linked with too many jobs. Feels like an agent maybe trying to put him out there.
Yeah.
If he interviewed, that's great. Yeah. I mean, I would not have been feeling any differently than if he had got it, if Giovanni Savarese had got it, if Tata Martino had got it. Mancini doesn't make me feel like, ooh, that's a million times better. It just doesn't. I don't think. I mean, he almost didn't get Saudi Arabia into the tournament, into the World Cup, and that should not have happened with the talent he had at his disposal and the qualification run that he had. So, yeah, it's not exciting, and he doesn't seem like somebody who would really be all that invested in it emotionally. And I think Tata will be. I think Savarese would have been. I think Peter Vermes would have been. I'm glad his name was on the list. He deserved to be considered with what he's done in his career. He absolutely deserved to be talked about. But they would be emotionally invested. I don't think Mancini would have been.
I think Mancini, as you can tell by going to Qatar to go to Al Sadd,
he's not serious anymore.
Looking for that direct deposit every 2 weeks.
He is unserious as a manager at this point. I feel like it. Thinking Patrick Vieira is starting to slide into that category as well. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. You know, obviously with Tata Martino coming back, everybody's going to talk about what he did here the first 2 years. It's not the same team. It's not the same league. It's not nothing's the same. So I don't know how much there is to take from that. He is very flexible with his tactics, with his game models. He can adapt to the players that he has. I think he's got a good spine, but he's got to figure out the pieces around the spine. And that's going to be the key. So we'll see. A lot of time between now and then. So we'll be talking about it. Don't you worry.
Yeah, and that was one of the things that I try to remind folks is the man is flexible with his approach.
Yep.
It's not something that, just because you do X doesn't mean that you're going to do that 100% of the time. He's got ideas in mind. It's just don't get locked into that idea that because you see one thing one time, that's how he's going to be 100% of the time.
Watch how they played in the first half of 2017 and watch how they played in the playoffs in 2018. It's like two different teams. You just adapt. And you see things.
Just in time.
Settle down, John.
Well, I was wondering about the rigatoni.
No, John, I don't care about Jarrett's rigatoni. Jarrett, do you want to speak up for your rigatoni?
I don't know if I should.
I mean, it took a long time for you to do rigatoni and chicken cutlets. That was like over an hour ago. What are you doing?
I'm also preparing for my wife's birthday.
Oh.
Well, that's different. You didn't say that originally. I thought you were just taking that long to cook chicken cutlets and rigatoni. It's like,
no, I got it. There's multiple plans here.
Man. We've talked about a whole bunch of things. I was trying to hold Scotland and Denmark for you. We have a little bit of time before we get into picks of the week and that shenanigan.
It won't take long.
I said Steve Clark hates fun. He hates fun.
He doesn't know what it is to hate. He would have to know what it is to hate it.
Fair enough.
Scotland stand on the precipice of automatically qualifying for the World Cup. Like, I don't know when the last time they were this close to an auto in. It would actually be easier if they could have finished one of the, what was it, Jason? Roughly 17 chances against Greece?
Yeah, I think 19. It was a lot.
Because Denmark spit the bit against Belarus.
Yes, badly. But maybe they had stomach bug going through them at that point too, and they were not themselves.
Yeah, but it was there where really Scotland really needed a result at home in Hampden.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're looking at a situation where they need to win. And yeah, Denmark might have the remnants of, and if you've ever had like food poisoning, that flu that goes through your team.
Don't go into detail here, Jared.
No. I'm not.
Please.
I'm not.
We're in an establishment serving
I'm
food.
not. Damn it, I'm not. But if you've ever had like a flu go through your team, that kind of thing, all
Yes.
I'm saying is that it's not like I woke up the next day and I felt great.
No. Yeah. No.
That takes a couple days to like get your strength back and your endurance back and to feel like a human again.
I think
Not going into any gross details. I'm just
Thank you.
saying that that's something where like you don't just pop back from it. We'll
Yeah.
see how Denmark looks, but I need Steve Clark to actually have a pair to get Scotland here because like you are as close as God recent history goes to getting there. To getting to, and it's an expanded World Cup. Who gives a damn? You might go through. Yeah, you're in. You're doing better than Gennaro Gattuso.
Oh boy.
Yep, there's that guy.
Mm.
He's still complaining about how it was back in my day.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Someone did ask the question. I agree with it completely. And this is one where we need to summon Nick. The fall off of Italy after winning the Euro needs to be studied. Like they sold multiple souls and multiple cows to get that Euro title because like to say it's been bad since then is an insult to
bad.
the word bad.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's a problem. They'll go into the playoff, and we'll have to see where that goes.
This doesn't even get into the fact that, by the way, that Celtic fans are so entitled and self-righteous. They have united the hell is real derby.
That's impressive.
Cincinnati fans are up for Wilfred Nancy as a manager because Celtic fans are poo-pooing him. They're like, let's just go get a championship manager.
Yeah, let's go get somebody who's been to Wigan.
Let's go get Sean Dyche.
Yeah.
Who's another beige manager?
That's beyond beige. That's like pure black hole of crap.
But
for
you've got
you
had Ronnie Tyler. It was not great, but I will die on the hill that Ronnie Tyler helped modernize Celtic.
Yeah, no,
the results weren't what they should have been. He dragged them into the modern era and helped lay that functional groundwork that Brendan Rodgers ran with and thrived with in his first tenure. You took a risk with Ange Postecoglou when he wasn't your first choice, and he thrived. Take another risk. We've talked about this shit before. Sorry.
Okay.
But
there's the E.
We've talked about this shit before. If you're Celtic or Rangers and you're settling for the coward's way out with a manager, I don't want anything to do with you. You're going to finish first or second in the league damn near every year, short of the bubonic plague wiping out the east end of Glasgow.
Or maybe this year.
So why on God's green earth, would you settle for the most boring beige options? You're going to spend, look, the differential in what you are spending as Celtic or Rangers compared to the rest of Scotland is comical. So go get a manager who's going to take risks and maybe find something amazing.
I don't know, maybe be entertaining for once.
That'd be entertaining.
That'd be nice. You might as well try
have that.
Scotland and Denmark, we'll talk about it a little bit more in picks of the week here in just a bit. CONCACAF, I wanted to get into this real quick.
Here we go.
Because you got all 6 games happening at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Watch them all on Paramount Plus. They're even doing a Golasso show for you so you can bounce around. It's wild what this comes down to in CONCACAF, where you have 3 spots up for grabs, and none of them are determined before the last day. That's pretty amazing, and it says a lot about the growth of CONCACAF, and you've got some surprises that are in this stage as well. Suriname leading their group on goal differential over Panama. Group B, Curacao leading their group by a point over Jamaica. That sets up a really interesting game. Let's stay in Group A for a minute. It's Guatemala hosting Suriname and Panama hosting El Salvador. So both Guatemala and El Salvador eliminated. Guatemala tried to stay alive. They could not pull that off against Panama last week. There are people now who Guatemalan fans are asking their players to lay down against
Yep.
Suriname
Yep.
because they hate Panama that much. That rivalry is real. We'll see if Suriname can get it done. They do have to go to Guatemala, so that will be a little interesting. Group B, Curacao have the 1 point advantage on Jamaica. It's down to those two, and the last game is in Kingston, and it's Jamaica hosting Curacao tomorrow night. And in Group C is just completely and utterly drunk. Honduras is on 8 points. Haiti is on 8 points. Honduras has the goal differential advantage by 2. Costa Rica is on 6. They could still win the group. Costa Rica hosts Honduras. Haiti hosts Nicaragua in Curacao. So Haiti has not been able to play at home in a long, long time. Nicaragua is out, but Nicaragua beat Honduras last week. They were already eliminated. They beat Honduras 2-0. Just a horrible result for Honduras. So now you can't trust them. You've got Piojo with Costa Rica fighting everybody. There's reports about him getting into it with Kendall Waston, and Kendall Waston might have 2 feet on Piojo in terms of height.
Kendall Waston's also like 40 years old.
Yeah, but he's like twice Piojo's size.
He's my size.
He could squash Piojo.
Ken Waston is genuinely about my size.
And works
he's
out.
Very large.
No offense.
Yeah.
He's a big dude
no
that I am
offense
not
taken.
messing with.
He's my size, and he's built.
And he's an athlete.
I've walked past that dude in a tunnel before.
Yes.
That man is large.
Yeah, I think he's actually gotten bigger as he's gotten a little bit older too.
Yeah, absolutely. He's not slimmed down with age.
No,
and he's gotten bulkier.
And so
he's a big boy.
And so all 3 in Group C are alive for the playoff, but it looks like, according to John Arnold, it will take 10 points at least to get there. Meaning, and this is John's words, meaning it may take something very strange happening for the Group C team to be in the playoff unless both Honduras and Haiti win.
Yeah, the Group C team is tricky because right now it's Jamaica and Panama as the second place teams on 10 and 9. So 9 is your bar. Haiti's on 8. It will be tricky for the third place out of Group C to go to the Interconfederation. But any of those 3 could win Group C, and can Nicaragua be a pain again and take points off of Haiti? So you could have Haiti, Suriname, and Curacao all qualify out of CONCACAF. Curaçao's never been there. Haiti hasn't been there since 74. Suriname's never been there. 2 with Dutch links with Suriname and Curacao. It's fascinating tomorrow night. It's going to be a lot of fun. Watch it on Paramount Plus, 8 o'clock. I've got Atlanta soccer tonight, probably at about 11 after Hawks basketball, so it'll all be wrapped up by then. I will be losing my mind during
we need like a separate camera, just kind of like a separate camera broadcast of you.
CONCACAF Thunderdome.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're doing a Golasso show, so like we can't step on too many toes with what they're doing. But yeah, it's gonna be a wild one. Also tomorrow, Asia, the second leg of Iraq and UAE for a spot in the Interconfederation playoff. Iraq was the better team on the road in the first leg. Be curious to see if they can do that again at home. They haven't been to the World Cup since '86. UAE hasn't been since 1990. That would take you into the Interconfederation playoff. A couple other things on the news roundup before we get into picks of the week. Kylian Mbappe is still suing PSG. I think he's asking for around $300 million now. It revolves around promises made about renewing his contract when he renewed it, I think, for a short piece of time. And then PSG was like, we're not paying you since you're running your contract out and signing on a free. We're not giving you this money. And he says he was promised it, and nobody knows. So good luck on that. Barcelona, they're going to be back at the Spotify Camp Nou this weekend. It's amazing. They're actually going to have over 45,000 people there, I think. They haven't played there in 2 years, I believe, at this point. Wow, finally.
So it's actually officially official.
It is. Anything can happen between now and then. So nothing would surprise me when it comes to Barcelona.
Yeah, you walk up and the folks that are in charge of the stamps of approval sit there and go, nope, we saw something.
No, they've already given it.
Oh,
It's already done. Yes, 4-card. Finally, allegedly, possibly, maybe.
Yes.
And we'll end with the African qualifier final to get to the Interconfederation playoff yesterday. The penalty shootout was ridiculous.
Oh, my God.
Between Nigeria and DR Congo. DR Congo goes to the Interconfederation playoff. They got through Cameroon and Nigeria, two of the powerhouses in Africa. And the Nigerian coach was accusing DR Congo of a little bit of voodoo in the shootout. That was said in the post-match. Jarrett, have you ever been in a Jarrett, we lost Jarrett.
Uh-oh.
I was going to ask him if he had ever been in a media scrum where somebody talked about a little bit of voodoo.
What was the word that because I mentioned it this morning, and there was a word that was used by the DR Congo head coach
responding to the little bit of voodoo?
Oh, no, sorry. No, it was about the voodoo. Sorry. So that was
the Nigerian
coach. And the Nigerian coach was using the word, and it was in the discussion this morning. I'm trying to go back to the article in and of itself.
A wee bit of voodoo.
Well, and there was a French term that he used that was, I don't know if it was in the Talk Sport piece or not, but it was in it was in the.
They were doing more than saying Kirikocho. That's
right.
For sure.
It was more than Kirikocho, but it was like the actual.
The former Mali international, the Eric Shell, the manager for Nigeria, he said the guy of Congo did some voodoo every time. So this is why I was a little nervous of him. Asked to explain what happened, Shelley made a gesture of shaking a water bottle. Yeah.
And I mean, and he first off, and he said it both. He said it in French, and then he went and turned around and said it, reinforced it again when he was giving his answers in English.
He did some voodoo.
I mean,
it happens it happens with Argentina. If you have seen, I'm trying to remember which documentary it was about Argentina winning in 2022. They had the Brujitas. I mean, it's witches in Argentina.
Marabotage, that was it.
A what?
The DR Congo guys were doing marabotage.
Marabotage?
Technically a Muslim holy man. Marabu has connotations of a North African witch doctor.
Okay. Yeah. We got all kinds of chaos.
So, oh my God, it's a marabotage.
A little bit of voodoo.
Mm-hmm.
Did some voodoo, shaking water bottles.
I mean, hey, look.
Anything can happen.
Uh-huh.
Anything can happen.
Yes.
I just don't want anybody to do some voodoo at me.
No.
Please don't.
No.
I'm asking you not to do that.
Just please go. And
I do believe there were rumors about the Pogbas and witch doctors or voodoo or curses or stuff. I do seem to remember that. Yes. All right. We got to get into picks of the week. Jarrett's computer has died.
Oh, no.
It's dead.
It's a dead computer?
It's a dead computer. It's like a dead parrot.
Yes. And here I was getting ready to write down Jarrett's picks.
He already sent some in.
Oh, he did?
So I have them.
Well, then forget that then.
We don't have to worry about it.
Then fine. I'll just write down mine and yours.
Yes, you can do that.
And then I'll send them to you 2 days late.
Yeah, don't do that part. Okay. So I do need to pull up what happened last time because it's been a couple weeks that we did not get into because I had a crazy weekend last weekend where I had to drive from New Orleans to Macon to call a game.
Yeah, recap that.
I drove from New Orleans to Macon to call a game. That's your recap. That was about as exciting as the drive.
Well, but I mean, it was the idea that, okay, you can try and you're going to fly down, fly back, and then drive down.
No. I bought a ticket, which is what you do to fly. That's how it works. You buy a ticket. Usually you buy a round trip ticket. That's what I did. I was worried about getting out of the Atlanta airport. No problem. I wasn't necessarily thinking about getting back, and I got no word. Everything was fine. And then an hour before I did the Sunbelt Women's Final last Saturday, as I'm in the studio, get the message, oh, yeah, flight's canceled. Oh, yeah, there's nothing to rebook you on. Good luck. Like, great. This is fun. Let me put it to the side. Let me call this game. So called the game. And then no flights, no nothing, no options. So I had to be in Macon by 7 o'clock for another game on Sunday. So I rented a car and I drove from the New Orleans airport across I-10 to Mobile and then up to Montgomery and then over to Columbus and then across the state of Georgia to Macon. And
7
I got there at
hours
5:20.
and 20 minutes.
I think it was longer than that because there was construction around Montgomery, and I was sitting for a long time.
Oh,
That part
I
wasn't
thought
fun.
you were going to say you also had stopped, I hoped, for food and stuff.
Well, yes, but I didn't stop and stay very long in places. I just stopped and got what I needed to get and moved on. So, yes, I was a little zombie-ish last Monday, so I apologize. Picks of the week last week. Let's see. We're way past it. I'll just give you the very basic run through of kind of how things went. So through the first half, through the first 4 games, Sophia was in the lead with 227. Drew was next. John was third. Everybody else was negative. It wasn't a great week, but it did turn around for most people. Not me. I was negative. I was the only one who finished negative. I'm in last place in the overall season total, but I have 2 wins. I'm all or nothing when it comes to picks of the week. It started to turn with game 5, which was Defense Force beating Police FC on the road. John got that one. He got all of the last 4 games left.
Wow.
So got Defense Force, got Miami. Everybody got Miami because everybody hated Nashville. Got City and got Boca.
See, that's what
a
happens.
lot of people went on a run. I was so far back. I almost got to positive, but River let me down. The overall table for 2 weeks ago, John won. Nick was second, little more than 500 points back, or a little less than 500 points back. Jarrett was third. Then it was really even between Drew, Sophia, and Maddie, and then I was way back.
Wow.
So John finally wins. He had not won this season. He has 1. Jarrett has 2. I have 2. Sophia's 1. Nick's 1. Drew's 1. Maddie, who is in the overall table, it slipped off a little bit now. 5th out of 7. But she has not won. No wins.
Okay.
About 800 juice boxes more than me, but I have 2 wins. She has 0. So that
it's like
I'm
time of
taking the
possession in college football. It's what you do with the ball that matters, not how long you hang on to the ball.
Let's see. Sorry. 4-card won the Twitch pitch last week. Good job. Yes, David, the new Irish goodbye by Dead Battery. That is true. DNL Hutch asks, does a game with no result count as 0 or minus 100? If it's no result, that is a 0.
Meaning like no contest?
Yeah, if the game does not happen.
Yeah.
I was a little worried about Police FC and Defense Force. I remember looking for it when I was in New Orleans in the hotel, killing time, and I could not find the result the next day. Eventually found it that Defense Force won. So we will see. And nobody got the prop bet because nobody got it. I want to say Nick was close. It didn't affect anything. So now I said the wins. I've got 2. Jarrett's got 2. Everybody else has got 1 except for Maddie. She's got 0. Overall scoreboard, Jarrett is in first place with 3,362 juice boxes.
Damn.
Nick is second with 3,185. Then it is John with 1891.
Oh, no, Sophia. Middle.
No, you've got 18. Oh, Sophia's got 2471. Then you've got 1891. Then Maddie's got 1834. Drew's got 1384, and I got 1055.
But you got 2 wins.
But I got 2 wins.
That's what I'm saying.
I got 2 wins.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything to say for yourself about winning?
I win.
That's all you have to say for yourself.
That's all.
All right, fair enough.
Moving the show along.
Okay, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
I win.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get to the picks
Mine.
of the week.
I win.
All right, number 1 on picks of the week this time around.
Picks of the week.
No, don't ever do that again. Tuesday, it is Scotland hosting Denmark at Hampden Park. We know what it comes down to. Scotland has to win to go to the World Cup automatically. Denmark goes through with a draw or a win. The Scots, we'll see what they can do. Danish Dynamite, we'll see what they can do. Some random facts about both national teams. Scotland, they famously beat England, world champions at the time, 3-2 in 1967 at Hampden Park. They are very superstitious about the Hampden Park. 1998, that was the last time Scotland has been to the World Cup. They opened the tournament against Brazil. They've been close since, but they have not gotten there. Soccer. The Aruba games did not get played. Well, John picked a game from Aruba, so good luck.
Mm-hmm.
Scotland tend to play well in big games in qualifiers.
Yeah.
They beat France twice in the 2010 run. They've beaten Croatia, Spain, Norway in recent cycles. They've been to 8 World Cups. Scotland has never gotten out of the group stage at the World Cup. Never. Fell short by goal difference 3 different times. Hampden Park was once the largest stadium in the world. 149,000 spectators for Scotland, England in 1937. I would not want to be part of that crowd.
Nope.
Not at all. Hampden Park has seen famous wins over the Dutch, over Spain, over France, over England. Can it do it tomorrow?
The national anthem is going to be amazing.
It will be. It will be. Denmark, their greatest triumph was Euro 1992. They did not qualify for the tournament. Yugoslavia was kicked out of the tournament. Denmark was called in at the last minute. Literally, players on vacation having to go join the squad. And then they went on to win the thing. And they were so boring in that tournament that was the last tournament that you were allowed to pass the ball back to your goalkeeper and they could pick it up.
And that's where Steve Clark got all of his video.
Yeah, but he can't do that anymore, thankfully. Peter Schmeichel picked the ball up so many times in that tournament because it was passed back to him and he could. It was not fun. Denmark has been fun, though. The Danish Dynamite Denmark in the 80s. Go back and watch the 86 World Cup highlights and watch Denmark in that. They were amazing. The Laudrup brothers, amazing. Really good stuff. Denmark, back in the way backs, they were one of the first early powerhouses in international football. Won the silver in the Olympics in 1908, 1912, before you had World Cups.
I did not see that in person.
No, you did not. The crazy thing is with that pedigree and what we see with them now, they had not qualified for a World Cup until 1986. Craziness. So Scotland and Denmark, everything on the line.
For all the Tostitos.
No, John. No, it's not for Tostitos. Don't say that again when we're talking about real things. Like, people look at you funny when you say stuff like that.
People look at me funny anyway.
Yeah, but don't give them a reason to. Like, that's not good. Scotland is a plus 250. The draw is plus 240. Denmark is plus 105. They are a significant favorite. And I checked it last night after the news was already out there about what?
It's shifted. So are you keeping those numbers?
Yes, we're keeping those numbers. Those numbers are out.
All right.
Stop trying to cheat, John.
That's what I'm here for.
It shifted by like 12 points.
Yeah.
17 points, I think.
17.
17 points.
Mm-hmm.
Yippee. Big whoop.
Mm-hmm. Big whoop.
The number is locked and loaded. 250, draw 240, Denmark plus 105. What are you picking?
Denmark.
You're picking Denmark. You hate Scotland.
I hate Steve Clark.
You hate Scotland.
I hate Steve Clark.
You want Scotland to suffer.
Thank you, Steve Clark.
You want all of our Scottish friends to be sad.
Blame Steve Clark.
Man, that's just terrible, John.
Blame Steve Clark.
I'm going to pick a draw. I'm going to pick a draw because of Steve Clark. Your picks from other folks who sent them in. Jarrett picked Denmark.
Whoa.
Yeah, he hates Steve Clark too, I guess. And Maddie picked Scotland.
Okay.
All right. Wednesday, because John went to Aruba to pick a game, even though games never get played, according to the Twitch pitch. Sporting Aruba against Racing Club Aruba. I think it's going to be Racing Club. It's not Racing.
In the Aruba Division d'Honneur.
Yes, it is the top flight in Aruba because John wanted to pick this.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Because
it began with the letter A.
Yeah, I guess that's about the best reason, John.
I think so.
So, why does it matter? It is a derby. Sporting have been trying to reestablish themselves as a steady top 4 team. Racing Club Aruba are one of the most decorated sides on the island. So you have that. Sporting, also known as Los Verdes. Racing Club, they're known as the Yellow Green. So you got a lot of green in this one.
There you go.
Racing Club's also known as the Lions. Sporting, they develop a lot of local players. They have historically been a developer of domestic talent. They have made cup runs. They're typically a cup team, not a league team. Racing Club, 13-time Aruban champions. They're one of the foundational powers of the División de Honor. They have played in Caribbean club competitions multiple times. They were great in the 70s. They were great in the early 2000s.
You need another beer?
Yes. And another beer, please. Thank you.
Yep.
That's awesome. I have a microphone.
I know.
And Racing Club was founded in 1934. So they're one of the oldest clubs on the island. Racing Club is also considered one of the traditional big clubs alongside Dakota and Britannia.
Yes.
Your odds, plus 100 for Sporting Aruba because we don't have odds. Don't even look. You're going to get so many viruses. Draw plus 125, Racing Club plus 150. Don't look. You're wasting time. What are you picking?
Draw.
You're picking a draw. Why?
Because Racing and Sporting out of the blocks. This is the end of match week 3. They both have a win and a loss on the season, and their goal difference is practically even. So we're going to go draw.
I'm picking Racing Club. Racing Club because they should be fast.
There you go.
Sporting is what Maddie picked, and Jarrett picked Racing Club simply for that FIFA 98 crest.
There you go.
He says. All right, Thursday, Chelsea and Barcelona UEFA Women's Champions League. There were no odds listed on this one. Yeah, I was a little surprised by that. This is big rivalry when it comes to European women's club football. Chelsea under Sonia Bonpastor now. After the Emma Hayes era, they're trying to win the Champions League. Barcelona, they've been that standard bearer, but maybe have dropped off a little bit as the squad is a little thinner. Maybe they've dropped off just a little bit this year. They've had a loss in league play. We'll see. They're still incredibly talented. Couple of things about these clubs on the women's side. Chelsea were the first of the English powers to reach a modern Women's Champions League final against Barcelona in 2021. They won 13 major domestic trophies under Emma Hayes from 2015 to 2024. They have never lifted the Champions League. That's the gap in the trophy cabinet. They were founded in 1992, officially established as Chelsea Ladies FC. They played in the lower tiers before becoming fully integrated into the club in the mid-2000s. Barcelona. They have reached 5 Women's Champions League finals since 2019, winning 3, including back-to-back titles in 23 and 24 before Arsenal beat them last time out. They have developed domestic talent. They were critical in getting the Spanish women's national team to where they got to. They were founded in 1970, but they were kind of fully separate for a long time until 2002 when they were formally absorbed into FC Barcelona. They're the first Spanish team to ever win the Women's Champions League when they beat Chelsea in 2021, and their core formed the backbone, the core of Spain's 2023 World Cup winning team. Do you have things, or are you just like scrolling?
I'm looking, but how do you not have these odds?
Yeah, I don't know. No odds. I don't know. So we're going with the standard odds of plus 100 for Chelsea because they're at home, plus 125 for the draw, plus 150 for Barcelona. John, what are you picking?
Barca.
You're picking Barca to win at Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
I'm picking a draw.
Okay.
Jarrett picked Chelsea. I do think Barca's just taken a little bit of a step back. And Maddie picked Barca. All right, Friday. John, do you understand that song is how old?
17, 18 years old.
Yeah, and do you understand that that gimmick is how old?
How long have we been on the air?
We took a long break. I was hoping that would go with it.
No, not so much.
No, it should, really.
Nope.
It is an outdated reference, and it's terrible.
Well, then blame the reference in the first place.
I'm blaming the person who
Don't shoot the messenger.
I will shoot the messenger if they keep singing a song from an outdated message.
You call me a singer, sir? I'm honored.
It's just bad. It's just so bad.
Not denying.
Then why do you do it?
Because it's an homage to something bad.
There are many things that you can do an homage to that are good. Soccer for Good OG, it does get old. You stop.
Bless you, OG. It's good to see you, by the way, on the red carpet the other day.
I'm not happy about seeing you now after that comment.
Wow.
Because this needs to stop. It needs to stop. I've tried to stop it. It won't stop. I'm very upset by this.
Don't stop, won't stop.
It is old. Thank you, Hutch. It is very old. It is terrible. It's awful. It's very bad. Don't encourage him. Kefsey, you stop it too.
How do you not have odds for the Women's Champions League?
It's gone. We've moved on. I was gonna
I've
say
checked like 8 different sports books and they don't have them.
I was gonna say what we've moved on to, but you keep talking. First, you sing a bad song that reference needs to die, and we haven't even moved on. So you can put your phone down now.
Brought a fire truck with us.
Rebecca Black's version is actually better, Ricky, because she can sing ish.
Ish.
It's a whole lot better than this. I guess, David, but we're way past that now. We can move on. And we're going to move on to the Ugandan Premier League.
Atta boy.
Kampala City and URA.
URA?
We'll get there.
URA what?
We'll get there in a minute. Kampala City. These are two very organized teams. You'll find out why in a second. Kampala City is also known as KCCA, the Kampala Capital City Authority, FC.
So it's kind of like Mexico City being the whatever they call Mexico City.
No, John. No, it has nothing to do with that. Don't even try. Stop. That's as bad as your other reference. Stop it. URA is the Uganda Revenue Authority, FC.
Wow. So the tax man.
You've got the garbage collectors
of
Kampala City. They're the Capital City Authority. And you've got the tax collectors or the revenue boys.
The revenue boys.
You've got all kinds of stuff. KCCA, the first Ugandan club to reach the Champions League group stage in the modern era. They have a great academy, developing talent. They began in 1963 as a works team connected to the Kampala Municipal Authority. They're one of the oldest modern teams in Uganda. They have consistently battled with SC Villa and Express FC as the big three. They beat Al Ahly of Egypt. That's a really big win in 2018 in the Champions League group stage. Very iconic stadium, the MTN Omondi Stadium in Lugogo. That's where this match will be played.
Okay.
URA, they were founded in 1997, exploding into success almost immediately. They won 4 league titles between 2006 and 2011.
The tax man explodes like that.
I mean, it's funny how that happens. They were the football team of the Uganda Revenue Authority. So, shockingly, they were run with corporate-style organization and financial stability.
Shows you how.
Wow, I wonder how that happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the tax men against the garbage collectors.
Wow.
in Uganda. No odds, of course. Don't look for them.
No, there's no. I found nothing in Uganda odds.
Yes, there's a reason for that. Yeah, David, the tax man is undefeated. We've covered this many times.
Absolutely.
Plus 100 for Kampala City, plus 125 for the draw, plus 150 for URA. John, what are you picking?
There are no winners when the taxmen take on the garbage collectors. Draw.
You're picking a draw.
Uh-huh.
I mean, the tax man is undefeated. So
True.
I got to go with the tax man.
Understood.
URA. Maddie picked Kampala City, and Jarrett picked Kampala City.
Okay.
Oh, and he says that crest will haunt. So we need to pull up that crest. I did not get my crests ready. Kampala City, Kampala Capital City Authority FC. Oh, that's
no.
That's a good crest.
That's fantastic.
That's a good crest.
Oh, wow.
That's I don't know what that is.
I
Actually,
couldn't tell you.
I'm really confused by that one entirely.
I don't what did they what
I don't know.
What's the taxman trying to gather? I don't
know that they're the garbage.
Oh, so what are the garbage men trying to collect here?
Yeah, I don't know what's happening here.
So you got the garbage man.
Is it a mushroom on its head?
Wearing a die. It looks like he's wearing a die that rolled a 2.
But what? I don't know what's happening there.
I don't either.
Can anybody figure that one out?
Okay, so he's wearing, and he's not even wearing cleats. He's wearing the garbage man boots, the high boots.
Yeah, I mean it's like the Blue Man Group with a mushroom head, and I don't know what it's got on its go-go gadget left arm.
I don't know either. Is that maybe
and then a clip art soccer ball?
Is that like the what is that, like the hot hand that you put the oven mitt? He's wearing an oven mitt,
I guess. I don't think URA's logo is all that impressive.
No,
it's pretty boring.
Well, they are taxmen, you know.
Yeah.
This is
Is it a shovel? I mean, Maybe.
Is it?
But then
But that's like a trowel. It's not really a shovel.
the extension of it looks like the mushroom head. Like, that's really, really upsetting.
Did something happen to the garbage men in Uganda that made them look this way?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with three-legged.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Maybe.
shoot, you had the three-eyed fish with the Simpsons and the nuclear power plant. Maybe the garbage men in Uganda have 3 arms and legs, or I don't know, have a fifth or something.
I don't know. It's really
Only
upsetting.
3.
It's really upsetting. That's why I'm going for the Taxman.
Yeah,
I'm going with URA.
Yeah, I just.
All right, let's go to Saturday.
Nope.
John picked this game.
Yes, he
me.
did. He most certainly did.
AFC Wimbledon. And John, can I complain about something else you did?
Absolutely.
I mean, I haven't done that enough tonight.
Sure.
You went full Americano with the way you sent me the games.
Oh yeah,
and
I
it got
did.
confusing. Why did you do that? You said so and so at so and so.
Yeah, I know.
You went like full like AFC North.
I flipped it. I know.
Why?
It was what I figured I should do at the time.
This is Picks of the Week internationally.
All right, whatever.
Follow the international standard.
Fine.
Please. AFC Wimbledon, because I had to figure out who was hosting this game. AFC Wimbledon hosting Wigan Athletic.
Correct.
EFL League One.
Yes.
John picked this.
Yes,
not
he did.
me. The match is being played at the Cherry Red Records Stadium. That's the name.
Is it?
There's a sponsorship.
I thought that was Cherry Red.
Cherry Red Records Stadium.
What? That's even with the new building of the new barn.
I thought they got their old barn back.
Nuh-uh.
Have they moved into a new barn?
Yeah, they built a new barn.
When did this happen?
We paid for this because we sold Cherry Red to Chelsea, so the Chelsea women could use Cherry Red and use those resources.
So where are you playing?
Hang on, Kings Meadow. No, wait, hang on.
Where are you playing? Kings Meadow was a long time ago. Even I know
Plow Lane is where we play now.
Are you sure?
Yes, Plow Lane is the name of the new barn. Yes.
Thought that was the old barn.
No, but they brought that over.
You brought what over?
The Plow Lane name.
Don't you own this club, John?
Yes. It's a new stadium on the site of the old Wimbledon Greyhound Stadium, only 250 yards away from the original Plow Lane.
When did they start playing there?
A couple years ago. The new stadium?
Yeah.
A couple years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, because we built that with the funds that we got from Chelsea to sell Cherry Red.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Uh-huh.
You sure?
Yes.
Did you get a dividend from this?
No, it's just something that you pay in every year to make sure that you
keep giving them more money?
Yeah, it's like $25 a year.
And what do you get out of this?
The fact that I am a part owner of a soccer club. And we get to yell at the team that left town that decided to be a bunch of carpetbaggers and go 35 miles out of town.
You had nothing to do with any of that, so don't be a
talk to
bandwagon
Robbie Earl about that.
Yeah, don't be a bandwagon jumper.
No, I ain't mentioning their names.
That's being bandwagon jumper. Yes, it is.
It is not.
Yes, it is.
It is not.
AFC Wimbledon is described as a Phoenix club born from supporter defiance.
Check.
That's what you're getting out of John Nelson.
Yes.
Right now. They don't spend much money because they're making him pay $25 a year to stay a member or investor.
What is it? Trust. It's part of the.
Are you like a supporters group member?
We physically own the club, the Don's Trust.
You physically own you.
Yes,
you do.
Me.
How much?
$25 worth out of however many of us are in the Don's Trust.
You don't know.
There's like 9 gazillion of us.
You don't know how much you own of AFC Wimbledon.
Well, it's like $25 times 8 years. So like
you have shares.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have like a sheet that says you're a member of the trust. Yeah.
So you don't have shares.
It's like a share.
Every $25 is a share?
Yeah. It's like every year you renew your purpose.
That's not how shares normally work, John. Like, I'm really confused about how this gambit is working for AFC Wimbledon.
It works. And John Green
They keep getting you to pay.
Yeah, they do. And John Green actually bought in a percentage to kind of defray the costs a little bit, so it's not just all Don's Trust.
So now you do not fully own the team.
No, because John Green owns a portion now.
Well, ain't that a change?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's the the Fear in Our Stars or whatever
I have no idea.
The movie with what's her face? Um,
I'm really starting to think this is all a scam.
well, if it is, it's $25 a year to me, and I've got the paperwork to prove it.
But what do you get out of it?
Shailene Woodley, that's who it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
you have no share. You allegedly have a share.
I have a share, and it is framed in the office in the studio.
Do you have a share? Do you have a membership?
It's probably a membership certificate at this point.
Fault in Our Stars, Ricky says.
Thank you. Yes, Ricky. Shailene Woodley, Fault in Our Stars. John Green made that, and he picked up a significant ownership stake in it, and we've got the membership certificate for being a part of the Don's Trust.
And the Don's Trust was okay with him buying a significant whatever.
Yeah.
Does he have to pay $25 a year?
He did initially, because that's how he got into it. Because what he would do is he paid in initially to be a part of the trust, and then because he loved the story of AFC Wimbledon so much, when he would play games on his YouTube channel, he would donate the proceeds from the games that he played to AFC Wimbledon to help keep bills paid and get player acquisitions and such.
You're not doing that?
Shoot, how am I supposed to monetize games when I don't have games to play?
No, you're not your money's not going very far. It doesn't sound like.
Not compared to his.
So your Don's Trust needed help.
Yeah, they did, and that's how we got into Plow Lane, and that's how it's a shiny new stadium. It seats like 9,000 folks. It's really cool.
But it was an old stadium. But they
no, like completely. It was on the grounds of the old stadium, 250 yards away from it at the old Greyhound facility. Yeah,
so
Cherry Red is not where we are. Cherry Red does not exist. Plow Lane is the one you're looking for. The new Plow Lane, not the old Plow Lane that died in '98.
John,
what?
This is kind of confusing.
You asked me.
Because everything else is saying that it's at Cherry Red.
And that's wrong.
Because when you look at Plow Lane, it says currently known as Cherry Red.
Well, whatever. Fine. I've always called it Plow Lane.
Well, John, Plow Lane, currently known as Cherry Red Records Stadium for sponsorship reasons.
Okay, fine. Sponsorship,
has been the home of AFC Wimbledon since November 3rd, 2020. You are an owner and you don't know about your sponsor?
Fine, whatever.
What is happening?
I've just always called it Plow Lane. See finances.
Yes.
Cleared the side of the Wimbledon Greyhound Stadium. Crowdfunding, $2 million, 9,000, 19 million at the two in 2019 at the $2 million mark.
Sure. They got you to pay more than 25 once or twice.
Yeah, it's like 200.
They played there in 2020. 2021, they agreed a further 3-year deal with their Kings Meadow Stadium sponsor, Cherry Red Records.
Right,
so you have completely bamboozled us.
Good.
Not a very invested owner over here. And he's paying into a Ponzi scheme. And yes, he has multiple accounts to the same streaming services. All of this is true.
Yes, this is all true.
What in the world?
I'm picking AFC Wimbledon, by the way.
I don't think I am because of the way this is going.
What, you going to pick Wigan?
I might. The Wombles. Tell me about the Wombles. What is that? Are you a Womble?
No, that's like a it's almost like a kangaroo or a gopher kind of looking thing.
John, maybe you should read the club newsletter and know where you're playing.
Fine. I've just always called it Plow Lane. Cherry Red ain't paid me.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you to please be more respectful of SDH sponsors than you are.
I am more responsive to the SDH sponsors.
Please do so.
Man's drinking our beer out of our glass.
No, I'm drinking out of a different glass now.
Oh, boo!
I'm on glass number 2.
See, why you want to do that?
Because I finished the first one.
So why can't they give you an SDH glass for the second one?
Because they're in high demand, John. It happens.
They should be in high demand.
So, yes, we have learned so far in this segment that John does not read the club newsletter.
No, he just pays $25
a year. He is paying into a Ponzi scheme.
Sure.
He did not know the stadium name. He tried to convince us it was something else.
Plow Lane, the name of the actual stadium, as opposed to Cherry Red Records Stadium. It's Plow Lane.
I did my research. Plow Lane was the older stadium. Now they redid a new one on the same place, and then they got a sponsor for it. Somebody's wanting to join the show, which is always dangerous. It's allegedly Jarrett Smith.
We sure?
Jarrett Smith, I've got to talk to you right now.
What did I do?
No, you didn't do anything. It's John.
What did John do?
It's the game that we didn't want to talk about that he added to Picks of the Week.
Just so everyone's clear, when Jason does all the work, organizing Picks of the Week.
Yeah, I actually researched the stadium that the team that John owns plays in, and he tried to argue with me.
when Jason does this, he doesn't always like the first thing is generally like here's the picks of the week, and then it's sometimes the lead is buried if you didn't win.
It
Picks
depends.
Of the week.
If I win, the lead's up front.
Yeah. Otherwise, like
the lead is ahead of everything.
Oh
if
yeah,
I win,
absolutely it is.
But
the commissioner.
I didn't need to know that John won picks of the week. I saw AFC Wimbledon and went, oh, John won picks of the week.
Yeah.
See,
yeah, but Jared,
John,
he's upset that I didn't refer to our stadium by the sponsored name.
No,
by the old name.
you said they moved. Don't even try. No.
Cherry Red was sold.
No.
To Chelsea.
No.
We moved into Plow Lane and had that built through a crowdfunder.
No, John.
The fact that the Cherry Red Record Stadium moved over from Kings Meadow to be the name of the stadium in addition to Plow Lane, whatever. Fine. They stayed corporate sponsored. Good for them.
John, you completely botched it. Like we talked about earlier in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Put your hand up and say, I got it wrong, sorry.
Fine, I got it wrong, sorry.
Put your hand up when you say it.
I got it wrong, sorry.
Thank you. I mean, Jarrett, it's very upsetting. He pays $25 a year for this thing. He doesn't even know if he has shares. Some other guy who made a movie came in and bought a whole bunch of shares on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't know the name of the stadium. He's very disrespectful of the sponsor of the stadium. It's been a mess with this picks of the week.
Yep, I believe it. Because I looked at the other picks. I looked at the other picks, and Jason, when I sent you my picks of the week, because I'm a civilized human being who sends my picks to Jason separately.
It's true. You're always very respectful of that.
I'm also a firm believer that if you ever hit reply all on an email, you should be flogged.
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
You should be keel hauled. We should find the nearest old wooden ship, tie you to a rope, and drag you along the barnacle-riddled underside.
I will put a caveat in every email. Sometimes by intent you reply all, but this is when we're talking like 5 people or a small number.
38.
Well, my favorite is when someone gives a teach back at work, and there's like 100 people in there, and then all 100 people individually want to go, thank you, thanks.
Oh, yes.
And then my teams my teams looks like Verdun.
Yes,
mm-hmm. Absolutely true. Yes.
Just like when John likes every Instagram story I post. I'm like, what? I don't need all the notifications.
Notifications.
I don't.
John's excited for us.
I mean,
I didn't post it. I didn't post everything from this weekend yet. I should do that. My wife did, but
and I'll like every one of them.
He will. Yeah. He will. David, I am upset by the Rebecca Black song "Still Living On." I ranted about that earlier. The insanity of soccer over there continues. That is absolutely true. Yeah. I don't know if Nick's going to win next week. Nick's Jordan, having bad times right now.
Jordan,
yes, he was going to answer, and then he disappeared.
And no, my internet went to hell in a handbasket. So we had been talking about moving for years because we were both from Atlanta, and we both had talked about leaving Atlanta for years and had vaguely threatened it. And then finally, the situation arose where her company was like, "Hey, we would love to have someone west of the Rockies." And we're like, well, this is technically west of the Rockies. The Wasatch Range is to the west of the Rockies.
True.
And then I talked to my company, and they were like, yeah, you can do that with like a 6-month run-up. But yeah, that's and we wanted to live somewhere else. And we wanted to try something new. And we adhere to the philosophy of you can always go home.
Yes.
If you don't like it,
you
can always go home.
Mm-hmm.
And you can always return from whence you came. So yeah,
I mean, Tata Martino did, so you can too if you need.
I'm saying,
but so that's how I ended up out here. Was like work resettled us, and we had the opportunity to leave Atlanta, go do something new, and we took it. And that's like A and B answers. That's like pretty much the whole thing. But also, like ideally, one day we would like to live overseas. Whether that's
and not like on the other side of the Great Salt Lake.
No, which is shrinking.
Not overseas.
We have offices in Australia. We also have offices. I think we have like 2 offices in Australia. We have one in Hong Kong. I know we have one in Mainz, Germany. I think we opened one in Barcelona.
Yes. Did Jared see that?
Yes, Jarrett made his pick based off of that.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Kampala.
What?
You picked Kampala
The
City
garbage men
because
and the
of
revenuers.
their weird crest.
Yeah, Jarrett in Hong Kong would be hilarious. Ricky, we haven't talked about the time Jarrett spent a month in Beijing because that was also hilarious. I choose to believe that I am on multiple random mantles where somebody walked up to me and asked to take a picture with me because they just happened to find a tall American and they took a picture with me. I like to think that I'm on someone's mantle for no good reason. They're like, who's that? That's me. Well, who's the other guy? I don't know. He's just a tall guy. I saw. He's a goofy tall guy. So,
I have one more question about this game as we try to finish picks of the week before midnight.
We're not going to happen, but
I'm trying.
It's only 7:44 for me.
What in the blue hell are wombles, John?
I mean, they're like oversized gopher kind of things.
Are they? Because
Ricky, that is the
it
plan
looks like
next year.
fictional pointy-nosed furry creatures.
Sure. So maybe kind of like not a duck-billed platypus.
Also, a loosely aligned anarchist and anti-capitalist group based in London.
Well, maybe that fits into the Don's Trust.
What is
All right.
Your club is a mess, John. Like an absolute mess. You got furry creatures like Fraggle Rock things.
It's probably, if you called them the Fraggle Rocks, that'd probably be accurate.
Like,
too.
what in the world is
but
going
at least,
on with this
But
club?
at least we're paying our bills and we're not getting like docked points or anything like that.
Yes, Wigan went broke a few times. They won the FA Cup though. Gus Johnson lost his mind.
Miracle.
They won.
I remember that call.
They won the FA Cup. Gus Johnson lost his mind.
When they were getting relegated.
Yes, they had gotten relegated the same season, but they won at the FA Cup. How many FA Cups does your team have?
AFC Wimbledon, I believe they've got one.
Jarrett, does this fall under the same thing as Rangers weirdness where they're Rangers, but they're not really Rangers?
Yeah, I think it does.
So then you have none.
Well, wait. Was the AFC Wimbledon thing a matter of the team being sold out from under them by shitty owners, or was it a matter of mismanagement of funds and going into?
No. They left town. They left town to be 35 miles outside of Wimbledon. They got a better deal with the stadium.
That's not the same thing as like ham-fisting your financials in a sense that like you go under and cease to exist because of financial stupidity.
So you are essentially the other club that you don't like to say their name.
Yep.
They are the Utah Jazz. They moved.
Mm-hmm.
They did change their name. They moved.
They did. They moved.
You are a brand new club. So no, you cannot claim previous things. This is not even a like Cleveland Browns situation where we're going to put records on ice for you and give them back to you. You are a brand new club, so no, you have no FA Cups.
Well, then they don't either because they're stupid.
I didn't say anything about them. I'm talking about you. You were diminishing Wigan's FA Cup, which they won in 2013. You were being a hater.
I'm being a participator. I'm not being a hater.
You were being a hater. Wigan, they've been broke many times.
Yes, they have.
They were founded in 1932. There were a whole bunch of other teams in the area that moved or left or dissolved or what have you. They're the Laddicks.
Yes, they are.
I don't quite know what a Laddick is, but
we'll find out.
Maybe it has something to do with athletic, and they misspelled it.
Lattic, I think it is.
I don't know. Maybe it's another like Fraggle Rock creature. They were rejected from being in the football league 34 times.
Wow.
Before they were finally admitted in 1978.
You are correct. It is a short form of the suffix athletic.
But it's not. It's Laddick.
Yeah, Latic.
That's not that's not a suffix of athletic.
According to the Wikipedias, it is.
So they can't spell.
No, they can't.
It's probably regional pronunciation kind of thing.
Yeah.
Jarrett, this is a really upsetting game.
I believe it. I'm sad I missed some of our truly unhinged games, but
No, those were fun. This is just anger-inducing because we have John with a Ponzi scheme on one side, and he doesn't know what stadium they play in, and we have the other one that's gone broke many times and doesn't know how to spell athletic. It's really upsetting.
Ricky, to your yes, forever Rio Tinto. Rio Tinto is a lovely stadium.
It is a lovely stadium. I like it a lot.
If you have not been, highly recommended. Easy in, easy out. Also, they have covered parking, which is great in the summertime because it's 100 degrees.
It's hot.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, is it dry hot? Is that correct?
Oh yeah, it's a very, very dry heat.
Yeah, it's a
you
weird
go in the
hot.
shade and You go in the shade and it's still warm, but you're not dying.
Yeah, it's odd.
And if you turn a fan on, you're fine. Anyway,
All right.
no, this is a very upsetting game. I don't remember what I picked.
We just got to pick something. Duncan McGuire wasn't going to Wigan. Was it Blackburn? It wasn't
Blackburn.
Wigan.
Yeah,
I don't think Wigan would have had that kind of money.
I think it was Blackburn Rovers.
Yeah, I think it was allegedly Blackburn. And then somebody forgot to send in the paperwork.
It didn't make the deadline.
And then now he's not there.
No.
Because
I took Wigan. I took Wigan, and I think I said, like, I was like, John, Wigan, fine. I didn't take the draw. No, I should have taken the draw.
I'm taking the draw because I hate both of these teams now.
Okay.
I hate the Ponzi scheme setup that John's being a sucker for, and I hate that Wigan doesn't know how to spell athletic. I don't like these two teams at all.
Fair enough.
I hope it's a scoreless draw, and I hope everybody is sad at the end of it. Maggie picked Wimbledon.
You want to move on?
Should be happy about that.
And you picking all these draws, and you get mad at me for picking draws.
That was another old gimmick. I pick what I think's going to happen. That's what I think's going to happen. Maybe it's what I'm willing to happen in this game because I hate both of these teams already.
See, there you go.
Let's go to Saturday night. Tulsa hosting the Pittsburgh Riverhounds in the USL Championship final. No odds were available on this one. There might be some on one of John's many multitude of odds makers.
Hang on.
There were not any as of.
So if John ever disappears, plug his phone into a computer you don't care about and just see what happens.
It's frightening.
We do have odds.
You have odds.
Yes,
all right.
we do.
We will accept odds for this one because there should have been odds.
It is FC Tulsa plus 145.
All right. Write them down so you can send that to me as well.
Right? Okay, correct.
Plus 145 for Tulsa at home.
Right.
What's the draw?
90-minute draws of plus 202.
Plus 202.
And
Hutch does not like Tulsa.
And for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, it is a plus 183.
Probably a home field advantage.
That's what I'm thinking.
There we go.
Yeah.
My only association with Oklahoma soccer is back in the day when Rio OKC existed for 1 year in NASL, and they had Giorgio Samaras for like 5 weeks.
Yeah, then the checks bounced.
Yeah,
the mercurial Greek striker who was great at Celtic and flopped at Man City, and I still think Man City used him incorrectly. Celtic just basically put him out there on the left, let him drift centrally, and was like, "Hey, you're 6'5" and weird, just do weird shit." And he did. It worked.
It's kind of like Kenny Cooper. You're a big guy that should be a big 9, but you're not a 9 because you don't play like a 9. So we're not gonna like force you to be a 9.
Yeah.
Go be yourself.
It's like our noted felon J. Manuel Thomas.
Yeah, that guy.
Old Jet.
Old Jet was like built like an outhouse, man. But he was smooth on his feet. Like he had really good technical skill, and he should have just been a bulldog.
But
he was a bulldog in a very different place.
And then he wanted to commit.
That's where he was a bulldog. That's where he had a bulldog.
He was a bulldog
mentality.
at committing felonies. I'll tell you that.
He had a bulldog mentality off the field. That's for sure.
That is for sure.
Tulsa had a rebrand that I didn't really care for. FC Tulsa's okay as a brand.
Yeah.
The Tulsa Roughnecks was good.
That was iconic.
That was good. I like the Tulsa Roughnecks.
This is like we were talking earlier today about some of those old NASL logos and names.
Some of them aren't good. But
some of those old logos. Some of them are like the old and I think the New Orleans USL project has like fallen by the wayside. But if you'd have brought back the Riverbend,
my God,
they weren't going to go with that. I don't think, which they should have, because that's one of the greatest names ever. And the people who were involved in that New Orleans
and the old River Steamboat.
Yes,
no shock.
That reminds me, I've got to get their T-shirt.
No shock at all. That was a sketchy group. Riverboat Gamblers would have been awesome. Roughnecks was awesome. Pittsburgh Riverhounds, awesome. One of the oldest continuously running lower division clubs in the United States. They were founded in 1999. Bob Lilly has been a coach in the United States since 1843. He's still yelling at Coolray Field, probably somehow,
absolutely,
possibly. The echoes of Bob Lilly still echo through that place when he yelled at a team for so long. They turned the lights out. We were in the parking lot. We could still hear him yelling. We went to our cars, and we got in the cars, and he was still yelling at his team. They had not left the field since the game ended. That happened. That was amazing. One of the greatest things ever in Atlanta United 2 history.
Truth.
The Riverhounds have never won a league title. FC Tulsa have never won a league title. Somebody's got to win this one. What are you picking, John?
90-minute draw.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Jesus
All
H.
that
Christ.
build
Well,
up.
but remember though.
Do you
Bob,
actually think this is going to happen, or are you just picking it because you think it's like some way to pick something different than somebody else?
Is Bobo still on
Yes.
leave?
Yeah, he's still on leave.
Bob Lilly is not actively coaching.
No, he's still on administrative leave, and they found offense in his absence. They have found offense.
Well,
and being on the front foot.
Are you surprised?
No.
Yeah.
And that's why I think that with Pittsburgh finding offense and Tulsa with their offense, I think they cancel each other out. And I think it's going to be a 90-minute draw. It's going to go for a while.
Well, who's going to win the trophy at the end?
Oh, I think it's going to be Tulsa. It's going to win it by the end. And sorry, Robbie Mertz, but I think it's going to be Tulsa at home winning eventually.
I'm going home field Tulsa.
I care more about our loyalty to Atlanta United 2 legend Robbie Mertz, who I wish there had been a different world where he had gotten a shot with the first team. Great player with the Riverhounds, local kid up there, was incredibly valuable to the team here, Atlanta United 2, with Jay Fortune and Brendan Lamb being that leader in the middle of the field. Give me the Riverhounds.
So I figured you were going there.
Riverhounds win this, and then they have questions to ask and answer about their coach, who is gone now, and then win a title.
Mm-hmm.
A coach who is not, by the way, one you just throw out with the bathwater. Like Bob Lilly is an institution in in second division American soccer. Like you wouldn't. I don't think you just like, hey, he's gone. I mean, maybe you do like the Bruce Arena thing with New England, but
that's a weird one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
I'm going Tulsa. Sorry, Robbie. I'd like to see Robbie Mertz score a hat trick, but I think Tulsa's going to win. Let's go to Sunday. We got 2 games, both involving teams called Inter, and they were actually in a lawsuit with one another. The first one is Internazionale hosting Milan. They both play in the same stadium, so I don't know how difficult this is for Milan. The odds -118 for Internazionale. The draw 250. Milan 310. They have to go across the stadium to a different locker room. I guess.
Really? It's like the battle for the ravine.
What?
It's like the battle of the ravine in Division II football.
What?
Henderson State and the Reddies of Henderson State and Ouachita Baptist.
Where?
Arkadelphia, Arkansas.
Okay.
They're separated by a road.
Do they play in the same stadium?
No, they play across the street from one another. They walk the 500 yards across the street from their own field house to wherever they're playing on whichever side it is. The Battle of the Ravine in Division II. It's one of the oldest rivalries.
But they don't play in the same stadium.
No, that's 2 schools separated by a road. So
it's nothing like 2 teams who play in the same stadium.
No, they play across the street from each other.
So why did you bring it up?
Because I could.
Jarrett.
We can also talk about the United and Dundee FC, who are also professional teams in Scotland who are separated by a road. You can throw.
We could talk about Independiente and Racing in Argentina.
Are they separated by a road?
Yes.
They're separated by a road, and
share a stadium.
They are Independiente and Racing are separated by a road and the arm's length of a knife. That's about it. At any given moment.
This would be like the Giants playing the Jets.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Not Arkadelphia, Arkansas? Is that right?
Yeah, Arkadelphia, Arkansas.
Oh my God!
Why does this happen? I think it's a gimmick, and I don't sometimes.
So they're playing at the Italian version of the Meadowlands.
Well, here's the thing,
yes,
Ricky, and we need Nick for this to explain it further. But
we do.
Basically, anywhere in central Italy, you can't dig 5 feet without hitting an artifact. But
now both teams own the stadium.
Well, but apparently the San Siro deal, according to our friend Jason Stevens, might not be all done.
Well, of course, because it's Italy.
Obviously, it's Italy. It's going to be corruption and chaos. But
Italy's announced the most stadiums being built that don't actually get built.
Correct.
Easily.
Well, my point being, in Italy, you can't dig 5 feet without hitting some Roman artifact.
Yeah, which means you ain't allowed to dig.
You're not just going to But traditionally, in a lot of areas, you're not just going to put a stadium up because it's very tricky. But then there's also the financial corruption.
Oh,
that
that's
lets
such
you
an ugly
jump through.
term.
No, that's real. They have a whole bunch of teams that are being taken
Such an
over by the
ugly
authorities
term.
because of ugly terms.
Serie C, exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
No, this
Argentina
one,
would
this is
never.
not about that
Because
aspect.
they're afraid of the Bada Brava.
Yeah.
Yes. This one is about they actually had to get the stadium sold before it became a historic site.
Yep. And
Because
it was the 200 level too.
Yeah, it was the additional level that would have been eligible for it. So they got the stadium sold, but it sounds like there's complications because welcome to Italy.
Yes.
None of that has anything to do with this game, though, because it's being played at the San Siro. And yes, they share the same stadium. They don't go across a street or anything. They don't share a field house because they don't know what that is in Italy. This is Inter. This is Milan. Inter. They broke away from Milan. I actually didn't know all of the history of this. Like, Milan was first, and Inter broke away because they wanted to sign international players. Shocking. And Milan didn't at the time. So that's where you got the separation. Blue and black stripes, red and black stripes. Both have had their eras and what have you. Milan, when they became red and black in 1899, they wanted red and black to symbolize the devil. That was why.
Damn.
I mean, I guess it worked. Inter, they just picked blue just to be I don't think there's a reason. What's the opposite of red? Blue.
Yeah, basically. Yes.
Let's go with that. They were the first Italian club to win the treble. Milan, they won the Scudetto in 2022. They are out of Europe right now, which might actually help them in the long run. Milan has this weird thing in their history where they sign like a trio from a country. So their first like really famous attacking trio were all Swedish in the 50s. Then they had the Dutch trio with Hulet and Van Basten and Rijkaard in the late 80s, early 90s. They go in trios of people from different countries. They had, I don't know if they all lined up with Ronaldinho, Kaká, and Pato. They might have went Brazilian trio. That one wasn't quite as successful because
Pato got hurt in the time it took you to finish that sentence.
Yes, he did.
Poor Pato.
Yes.
He could have been,
which is a shame because he could have been a generational player.
Absolutely amazing. Odds again, minus 118 for Inter, draw 250, Milan 310. John, what are you picking?
Inter.
You're picking Inter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You can tell Nick?
Nick, I'm picking Inter.
Wow.
Wow.
Jeez.
Man, doesn't fear anything. I'm taking Milan. I'm not betraying my Paulding County brother.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Milan as well. I'm going to go Milan. I feel okay about it.
Also, I never feel bad about picking for Christian Pulisic just to piss off the U.S. national team.
Oh, that's true.
Yep,
there's that.
You picked Inter.
Uh-huh. But I understand the rationale for going the other way.
Okay.
Yeah. So, no, I picked
What
Inter.
was your rationale for picking Inter?
Because they're the minus at minus 118. They're the favorite. The prohibitive juice box favorite.
Okay, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what you think about the next one. The final game on the board, FC Cincinnati hosting Inter Miami, the MLS Eastern Conference semifinal. Cincinnati plus 170, draw plus 300, Miami plus 115. Miami, the favorite on the road, the Herons. FC Cincinnati doesn't have a fun nickname. We need more fun nicknames in MLS. That's lame.
I agree, but they're proud of it.
Like Herons is good.
Yeah,
that's good. That works. Pigeons, NYC. That's good. That's good.
Who are functionally dead, by the way.
Well, there's that.
Because NYC and Philadelphia can never play a normal playoff game.
No, that's going to be horrific. We need a nickname. Atlanta needs a nickname like this. We need something. We need an animal or something. Not the Wombles, because that's ridiculous. I would be down with possums or raccoons. I would absolutely be down with either one.
But some folks are down with anarchy, so there you go.
I guess, or Fraggle Rock characters. You guys know these two teams by this point.
Mm-hmm.
Cincinnati have emerged under Chris Albright and Pat Noonan. They won the Supporters Shield in 2023. Miami won it in 2024. Cincinnati did not win it this time. Philadelphia did. But the last two have been these two clubs. Cincinnati has also not been to a final yet. Mitch Hildebrandt is a hero in Cincinnati.
Mitch says no.
back in Open Cup days when they were a USL team.
2017, I believe.
17 or 16? I think it was 16.
Because I still
He
wish
was here
I
in
wish I could
18.
have that T-shirt.
Yes, he was here in 18.
Yeah. And he had bad luck with injuries. I hated it because good dude. Had a great run at the lower divisions. Just never really got that opportunity higher.
2017.
It was 17.
June 28,
Okay. I was thinking
2017.
it was 16. All right.
Mitch says no.
Because
FCC
it was like really awkward for people when they brought him in here because like you had Raduzan, you had Alec Can, who had been a very like solid backup goalkeeper and had filled in admirably, and then you brought in Mitch, who was a cult hero, and like you got a lot of keepers now. Now you have a lot of young keepers, including Josh Donaldson doing not Josh Donaldson, Jesus Christ, John O'Ransom,
James Donaldson,
John O'Ransom doing pull-ups on the crossbar.
Yep.
Before a U17 shootout, and now all of Ireland hates him.
Running.
Some of Ireland likes him though because he had character.
Yeah, well, some of them are like that's so. There were some people on the internet from Ireland who saw that and went, "That is a level of shithouse that we haven't had in this sport in a while, and we need it."
Yes. The funny tie to
and they respected him for crying because it meant something to him.
Yes. The funny tie between these two games on Sunday is the legal battle when Inter Miami was formed and Internazionale took them to court over being Inter.
Yes.
Which there's a whole bunch of other Inters in various parts of the world. It was over the word Inter. Inter Milan, Internazionale. They are officially known as FC Internazionale Milano. And they filed a trademark application in 2014 to make Inter an exclusive brand. But Inter Miami never was just Inter. Like they always said Inter Miami. And there's a whole bunch of other Inters. Internacional in Porto Alegre, Brazil. There's Inter Atlanta on the youth side.
Yes, that's
There's
true.
an Inter Nashville on the youth side. There's a Finnish club. There's a Croatian club. There's a Inter Leipzig, never heard of.
What?
There's a Haitian Inter. There's Inters everywhere. So, yes, Inter Miami ended up being just fine. Internazionale overreached. And that has nothing to do with this game, but it has to do with the two games on Sunday. I thought that was a funny little comparison.
Yes, Inter and Inter.
Inter and Inter. Which one are you picking here, Cincinnati or Inter?
Inter.
You're picking Miami.
Yes.
No love for Cincinnati.
I am picking Messi and friends.
No love for Cincinnati. Jarrett, what are you picking?
Picking Miami. I have no love for Cincinnati.
I have no love for Cincinnati. I'm picking Miami as well. Maddie picked Miami too. I trust Miami to win. I don't trust Cincinnati to win.
No,
I don't. But they still might win.
I think Cincinnati's talented. And don't get me wrong, and they execute their game plan, whether you like it or not. They execute it well most times. In one-off games like this,
Jordan picked Cincinnati. He's the only one.
Having the best player on the planet for the last 20 years helps.
It does.
Even if he is in the autumn or the early winter of his career.
Man, it's a fake summer. I can tell you that much. When he gets angry, it's a fake summer.
Do not piss that man off.
Yeah. Him and Holland.
Don't grab his butt.
I'm convinced. I'm convinced that he is going to try. He is going to drag Miami by their teeth if he has.
He doesn't have this trophy yet.
To get Jordy and Sergio this trophy and his own trophy, and he is going to talk a level of shit here too unseen.
Yeah, nobody's going to know about it because he's very clever about his trash talking. But yes, he talks a good bit.
Give me that bubble.
He talks a good bit.
Unless you're Dutch, then he's going to.
Oh yeah, then he doesn't care. Then he's going to do the Topo Gigio in your face, which is still one of the greatest things ever. That game is just one of the greatest rides of all time.
That game was so full.
The prop bet is the total number of cards issued on CONCACAF Super Tuesday. 6 games, deciding 3 spots and 2 playoff spots. Yes, it's going to be chaotic. John, how many cards are you picking?
20.
Jarrett, how many did you pick?
Pulling it up right now for you.
Yes.
Because I picked a stupid number. John, are you ready for this? 63.
You're-
That is 10 cards a game
You're
on
picking,
average.
you're
Well,
picking,
a little
you're
over
picking
10
a
cards game.
line brawl with game misconducts.
It could be multiple. Do we want to make?
If you told,
Do we want to give this a range? Do we want to say within
Plus or
3?
minus 3.
Is that good? Jared, are you good with that?
I'm fine with
Within
that.
3?
Yeah, I'm great with
Okay.
that. I'm betting on, because there are 6 games. I'm betting on at least 3 mass
Oh,
confrontations.
absolutely.
Fair
Especially late when things are out of control.
Yeah, it was funny.
Like you said, I mean, I know you were talking about basically laying down to punish Panama.
Yeah, that's gonna get wild. Guatemala might just lay down.
Yeah, and there was talk that there might be like a keeper rotation.
Yeah, that's of course. There might be a few rotations for Guatemala. They might literally just be like, "All right, we hate you, Panama. We're gonna lay down for Suriname."
Screw you.
They're going to call up some like defender from the local Guatemalan pickup league, have him stand in goal with no gloves.
Ah, yeah, everybody got sick. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So when Matt,
He gave up 8 goals.
The most likely rumor, according to John Arnold, is that Guatemala manager Luis Fernando Tena will rest Nicolas Hagen and start Municipal goalkeeper Kenderson Navarro at his home stadium, but Navarro won a penalty shootout to put Guatemala into the semis of the Gold Cup in the summer.
yeah.
Not exactly an amateur.
No. When Maddie sent her picks in, I did not tell her that Jarrett, you had picked 60-something cards. She said 12, and I just hit the laughing emoji. And then she said, "What's the consensus from the others?" And I'm like, no, not telling you. So 15 is what she put.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with.
I wish he was here to see this.
Oh, yes.
She'll find out. It's funny. I wasn't gonna give her any tips. She had to make her pick. I'm gonna go with more than 15. I'm not gonna go with 63. I'm gonna, if I can quickly do math in my head, let's say 4 per game.
24
is a normal number, but then CONCACAF bumps that up to 31.
Okay.
I'm going 31.
See, and here's the thing, Jason. I agree with you. There's also a non-zero chance that it goes in the exact opposite direction, and you get a bunch of refs who decide no blood.
I think you're going to have at least 2 of those.
And then all of a sudden, Maddie looks right.
That can happen. Anything can happen. Absolutely, anything can happen. It's CONCACAF. You can't trust any of this. Come on. Let me get caught up on the chat. Yes.
As far as it's not suspended.
Yes, Ricky, I compared the San Siro to the Meadowlands just because John was trying to compare it to a Arkansas Division II football rivalry where it wasn't the same stadium.
Just walking across the street.
That's not the same thing.
That's not the same thing.
Hutch, the new game show, is the crazy thing that John said. Is it a gimmick or is it real? I'd never know. Jordan picked Cincinnati for my nickname for Atlanta United. Ricky went with Pandas. OG went with Penguins. Polar Bears was also suggested. Pookie the Penguin. I would all be down if we had Pookie the Penguin. As a mascot. I know Pookie the Penguin.
I have long argued, going back to the olden days of like the early days before Atlanta United was like fully named and whatnot, before I decided to haunt Jason's life.
Yeah, there's that.
I would have loved to see them adopt the Blackheart's name, just Blackheart being a deer. And Jesus Christ, so many deer in Atlanta. And I always thought Blackhearts could be a very cool thing.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, hand me that piece of paper.
All right, fine. You pay the tab.
Shout out to Tamer Pookie.
Yes. Suarez not suspended. Miazga and Suarez getting into a slap fight would be amazing. I would definitely be up for that.
And then Suarez hits the deck like the second he gets barely touched.
Well, yes. He knows what
no, this is bad, though.
Then Miazga goes and gets pizza.
Miazga is going to say something
absolutely.
that is going to trigger a mass confrontation.
Probably. There's nothing else on the board. We are going to get caught up. Nicholas Bentner hasn't done anything in a while. They didn't call him up with all the foodborne illnesses that Denmark is dealing with right now. That would have been hilarious.
They didn't call him up.
That would have been amazing if they had brought. Maybe he'll be in the stadium and cheering on Denmark. Maybe. Mauro Icardi, we have to check in on. According to one report that came out 10 hours ago, Icardi rejected a. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, the headline is terrible. So when he went to Galatasaray, he rejected an offer from Saudi Arabia worth more than 120 million euro net over 3 years.
Dude.
And he wanted to go to, or no, he had already gone to Galatasaray. It was after he was there, and he said no. And now they want him to leave because his contract's up in June. Another report, and this one I'm glad I have good virus protection.
What's the total of what's the name of the rag?
You don't want to know. Let's see. So Icardi, his performance has declined after he's been hurt. He requested extra leave to spend the international break in his home country.
Does he think he's Neymar?
That upset people.
Probably.
He could be replaced during January, even though he's out of contract in June. He wanted to go back to Argentina. He called the technical director to request extra leave. Management said no. And they are saying, I guess now, okay, well, we'll just get rid of you.
There you go.
But his contract's up in June.
You just ain't going to play between now and then.
Now there's other reports saying that his agent is meeting with the club about a new contract.
Whoa.
He also said, I guess he was on a TV program in Argentina during the international break because he did go. He said Newell's called him several times to return, but they have no money. None. Like, how is Newell's going to sign him when some Saudi club wanted to pay 120 million euro?
I mean,
Newell's might have 120 cents.
that's what I'm saying.
Maybe. They had a GoFundMe for a transfer budget not that long ago. That happened.
That's just
I don't
not
think
good.
they got as many people as AFC Wimbledon did for $25 a year.
That's not good.
It didn't happen.
Correct. Accurate statement. That is
not good. Let's see. So he also said a lot of things on his Argentine TV show. I don't know what show it was.
I was going to say, was this like his own show? Or?
No, he doesn't have his own show. He lives in Turkey, but he was on a show, and his girlfriend, China Suarez, was on the show with him. And one of the questions was, when will you get married? He said, I need to get divorced first.
Whoa.
Well, yes. Like, it's kind of a legal dispute, John. We've covered this for a while now. So he's like not divorced. What will you do when your divorce is finalized? We will definitely celebrate. China Suarez said that he is not allowed to go to Boca because she's a River fan. So if he's coming back, he'll go to River. But he talked about Newell's. Yeah, so that's about it.
They still have no budget.
Newell's has no money. Galatasaray doesn't want to bring him back. 2 days ago, that some article said that Milan could sign him. That came back up. Club America has been linked with signing him. Multiple tweets about reportedly talking to about a new contract. Multiple reports about him going to Milan. Multiple reports about him being banished in January. So nobody knows anything about what's happening with Mauro Icardi.
You're banished in January.
Well, yeah. This is Turkey we're talking about.
I know.
They had 1,000 people pinged on gambling. Like anything
1,224 players and officials.
And I think they suspended about 100.
They did. They suspended 100.
If you were an official who was not...
You raise your hand. You're going to get a lot more work.
Basically.
Honestly, I'm a little curious why you weren't suspended.
It's a mess. John's just leaving. I mean, sure, you could have said bye because we're about done. Like, come say bye.
Bye, we're about done.
Jeez. All right.
Anyway.
Jarrett, you left me at a bad time. I had to deal with AFC Wimbledon nonsense.
I'm really sorry. That was not
You
good.
should be apologizing for that. That was upsetting.
I'm literally apologizing
I'm
right now.
very thankful that you are, but it did not help me get through it. All the chaos. All the chaos this week. We should not have a NWSL club announced this week. That's already happened. We should not have a new manager press conference this week. That's already happened. It should be kind of a quiet week after tomorrow's World Cup qualifying chaos.
We should not have a schedule change.
No, we won't have that either. We won't have a TV change. We won't have a lot of things this week. We shouldn't. But we'll be getting ready for MLS Cup playoffs. We'll be getting back into league play over the weekend in the international game. We're into the college national tournaments, all kinds of stuff happening. So we'll have plenty of things to talk about. SDH AM 905 every morning. Morning espresso, sometime either before or slightly after that, depending on how long it takes to brew the espresso. Sometimes it takes a lot when I'm going through Danish reports about how bad their stomach virus was. Sometimes it goes really fast. I was trying to find out more about the voodoo. I couldn't find more about the voodoo. All kinds of stuff. That's what we do on SDH. We got a whole bunch more stuff coming. Don't forget December 5th, World Cup draw coverage starting early in the morning and going all the way through the day with the draw happening at noon. We'll be all over all of that for you. But
that's going to be a really stupid
there's going to be a
day.
stupid day.
In a good way.
Make sure you're following Soccer Down here on all your social media platforms, and we will see you next time. Adios, everybody. Mucho platiyo.
Mucho platiyo.